Well, we just murdered some people.
About 10 of them to be exact. Yeah, there's 10 dead bodies, there's 3 carts, there's a hog-tied dude about to get all deliverance.
What? Does anyone?
What's that,
Or were
sorry?
we just murdering them? Who were they? I don't remember who they were.
Oh, these are Zentarum.
There was a Viper and
Oh,
then a whole bunch
yeah.
of guards escorting a
Just-
caravan of weapons and armor.
Yeah, and I just given you the weapons. Sorry, Xavier?
I turned into an instant mummy and just fall apart.
Hit him with a really savage inflict wounds.
I
That's
rolled.
right.
Right.
I'm remembering now.
But I could
Yeah,
potentially
Debbie
twin influence this.
Absolutely should have gotten murdered in there. Fucking. It got really like a big spread out fight with them trying to chase down and kill Sirloin, while Debbie just kind of punched the front of their column in the face.
And I threw out about 12 attacks and hit 2.
Yeah.
Nobody.
The wolf
Did
of
great.
Yeah.
All that scale now.
We know who the real power in that relationship is. It's the wolf, not Luna.
Yep.
I mean, just think, what if you haste not Luna, but Nyx? Double speed wolf with 2 bite attacks.
That'd be a
Attack.
lot stronger.
Yeah, it's a bad choice, actually.
Oh man, that is a lot of equipment. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to bury most of it, unless we're intending to take it back to Shadowdale, which I think has risks involved with it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Scale.
Even
Good.
even burying all of this, it's
Gonna take
Yeah,
most of the day.
we're going to take
You
it. Yeah,
Where's your earth moving equipment, right?
yeah, 100%. We can't do this with shovels.
I mean, yeah, probably.
You'd have to dig a hole about as big as like a backyard pool. Not
Se-
quite that big, but it'd
seriously,
be
yeah.
close. All that scale mail.
Fuck. See, this is something we could leave with Rex, but unfortunately, we are, probably several days away.
Long ways away.
Yeah, and but then all of this stuff is unmarked, so it's and we do have a merchant's charter, so
It's ours now, baby.
What? Quick just wants to bring it back to town. Send it
Yeah.
off to them.
Is there any sort of like paperwork that comes along with any of this, or that the priest had on his person?
It's come from Sembia.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, these are Sembian manufactured weapons, which is a long way. Sembia is as far as Cormier is, and Cormier is somewhere between 500 and 1,000 miles away. So it's a friggin' long journey. That said, there's really not much in between. If you go south until you hit Sembia or Cormier, there just isn't much. It's a lot of wide open frontier country. It's
Isn't
still,
there
it's a lot of stuff.
like a goblin back in Dagger Falls that's paying top coin for weapons and armor?
Sure it is.
Uh-huh.
and is there any indication, like you know how an artisan might leave like a brand on equipment?
Yeah.
Is there anything like that on
Yeah.
any of this?
Maker
There
Sword?
is. It's a generic brand. Sembia has manufactorums. Like most of us up here, we do everything by hand. They do everything by hand in Sembia as well, but on an industrial scale. So that's what this stuff is. This is like assembly line weapon.
Sure.
Yeah.
And does Sembia currently sit in Zentarum occupation? Like, are they controlling Sembia at the moment?
That's
Do
going
you
to
know?
require a history check because it's certainly not traditional. So it'd
Yeah.
require a history check.
All right, I might. Yeah, I'm just
They
gonna
are a
I'll have a
merchant
ping.
empire,
Oh,
though.
nope.
So
No,
I mean,
they
I'll
are
go
a
roll
merchant
on that.
empire.
So
You get
it would
advantage
spell
for being part of the Smith's Guild.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
I haven't
All
fought
right.
yet.
Out of the
My fail roll. Here we go. Oh, I didn't roll with advantage.
Sure.
There we
you
go.
go.
19.
Are they affiliated with the Zentarum? Not necessarily. As we mentioned before, they are a merchant kingdom, though, and so they sell to anyone with coin. Perhaps the most important thing to know about Sembia, which you may already know anyway, is their conflict with Cormia. Sembia and Cormia are each other's biggest trading partners, but they are also each other's biggest rivals. If you think of England versus Germany 100 years ago, that'll give you some idea. Two superpowers who have conflicts pretty damn often, but nonetheless who are kind of reliant on each other. Anyway, given the civil war in Cormia, it's not a lot of. It doesn't follow a very logical sense that the weapons would be going north because they kind of need them where the battle's going on, or where the battle may erupt in the future. So this is kind of curious. In and of itself, there's nothing unusual about the Sembians selling the Zentarum weapons. That's just business. But this many at this time indicates some kind of collusion, or perhaps the Zentarum stole them. But no, they didn't steal them. You've got a purchase order here. It came from the north of Sembia, up here in High Moon, which is about halfway up. And who were the? I'll see if I can find the name. Not that it's you're no doubt gonna forget, but I'll see if I can find the name nonetheless. I'll keep an eye out for it because it is a name that will come up again if you ever head down south. But yeah, I can't find it at the moment.
Well, there's the answer to your question from earlier, then, Vidge.
Mm.
And
I wonder. My theory with that information is Sembia supplying the Zentarum weapons to maybe have more influence in Cormir or something like that.
probably.
Like the Zentarum march towards Cormir since it's weakened with the Civil War.
Well, yeah, like, think about it, right? Sembia's like,
I mean,
hey,
that's
we can provide all these weapons. You're eventually going to try and move north to south. If we keep supplying you, you can just, like, pass us by and head into Cormir and then go
Yep.
from there. Like, that's kind of...
Well, and
where do they
yeah,
gotta go before they get Cormir, though? They gotta go right through Dagger Falls and the like right skirting the edge of
Oh, yeah.
Cormantor.
This is the frontier for sure.
This is
Playing that long
absolutely. Yeah, it's more redirecting the punch to hit somebody else rather than you.
What does our prisoner know regarding the shipment?
Are we ready to talk to him?
I think so.
Alrighty.
All right. This guy was a veteran guard, so an experienced soldier. He doesn't appear to be eager to talk. Then again, you've slaughtered all of his pals, so that leaves men in different states of mind. Some are desperate to spill their guts, some are desperate not to. The harder the man, usually the harder it is to get information out of them, and these are hard men.
I mean,
Just a couple questions, and then he does us a favor. What do you think?
What favor?
like, yeah, what favor? I could just have my hand glow black again and take him out.
You missed the discussion, but I am just
Okay.
gonna put this out here right now. I am against killing unarmed prisoners who have surrendered.
Oh, that's true.
That kind of bums me out, and we're no better than them. You know, even the Zentarum probably wouldn't do that. So some food for thought there. But furthermore, I wanted to see if we can't sow some dissent or some misdirection at least in with the Zentarum.
It was the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Sort of something like that. Either like just a misdirection or a threat or something along those lines. Could be something as simple, just like tell your R-Dragon to be more careful where he's moving his merchandise or something like that.
What, and you think you carry that message rather than just drop your name, describe us?
Oh yeah, I mean I count on him too. It's that, or we send him back somewhere else and have somebody else hang on to him. Because a former Zentarum soldier could be a valuable source of intelligence.
Naturally, yeah. I mean, perhaps Elminster and the sisters might have a few questions for him. If anyone's going to be able to get info out of an experienced soldier, it might be more experienced adventurers, no?
Do they want anything to do with this?
If I recall, I'm pretty sure the sisters at least are very wary of Zentarum movement, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure they want a Zentarum soldier in their town, because that sounds like an invitation. So we've essentially got two options. Either we kick him back to the Zents, or we kill him. I don't think we kill him. Unless we just want to threaten him into, like, turning code, I guess.
Nah, you
It's
won't.
like you already fucked up once, you can't go back.
You know the most about the Zens. That work?
Worked for Flint, I
Probably.
guess, right?
Not, I mean,
Different
it's a
situation.
special case.
Yeah.
No, I meant if he went back after failing, would be allowed to live even?
Probably.
It is a good question, yeah, and probably is the answer. It would really depend on who they go back to, you know, like which superior officer they report into. A cunning one might try to get everything of information and then utilize this research, while a more vengeful or maybe even more pious one would just beat him to death. It's really difficult to know, isn't it, with such organizations.
Yeah.
I say we get a bit of a feel for him and see what kind of person, see if he might be someone that might try to turn tail, or well, turn colors anyway. Because like they pay good, but like,
Do they really pay
he really
back
about
good?
this life, yeah.
Alright. You lead then.
Alrighty.
I'll try hold my tongue.
I mean, if you got anything constructive to add, please do.
I don't think it'll be constructive.
Sometimes you need a little destruction to be constructive, you know, knock down a couple walls, but let's see if we can't splash some water on his face and slap him awake.
What do you want with me? He says in an obvious Symbian accent.
Symbian accent, alright. Just wanted to ask you a couple questions before we cut you loose here. Who's your R-Dragon?
I'm only new to this organization.
Gonna kind of cast a glance back,
No, he's not.
read the rest of the group here, and does that seem like a lie to me? Does this guy like have any of the tells of somebody who's been longer, tattoos, anything along those lines?
Make an inside check, but you're gonna have advantage since you as you say, you're looking for dog tags or some other indication. He has none of them. All that he has is battle experience, and so you can make your own judgment based on that. But this guy is no green soldier. He'd be a sergeant in anyone else's army.
Okay. Was the shipment bound for Vunla or somewhere different?
Going to Hulash.
Past Vinlow.
Gulash, that's right outside Zentil Keep,
Yeah.
right?
It is. Yeah, it's a kind of a satellite town of Keep. It used to be independent, but now that they've conquered it, it kind of it serves as a buffer town. I think they do a lot of either manufacture or training there. Anyway, it's a semi-independent, but recently conquered town.
Okay. If I
They might have a
set you
training.
free,
They might have a wizard training center or something like that. Anyway, moving on. And a temple to Leviathan.
God.
Fine.
As every good town does.
That's everything.
If we set you free, where will you go?
Would you do that?
What did you say?
Would you set me free?
Why?
What good would that serve to you? To answer your question, I would maybe go to Hills Far. There is an arena there. I can perhaps make some coin. I am human after all. They are not going to give me the difficult fight.
You would not return to your superiors?
Which ones? Do you mean my old superiors or the dead ones?
I mean,
Okay.
I think you're still bound to the Zentarum, aren't you? Even in spite of your failing, they would find you, no doubt.
For 10 years, but I have only begun my 10-year tenure. In fact, I was an independent soldier until only quite recently. We all were. We have been fighting in High Moon, or defending High Moon for a long time. When our master sold our platoon.
This might be your lucky day then, bud. I don't know if they'll be counting corpses out here when they're done, but so you want to mention to me? Did you hear any names? Well, first of all, actually, does that story sound believable? Hopefully, no, that's poor.
Thinking of what we covered earlier, the illogicality of sending troops north when they're needed south, that's weird. But if you accept that as true, then the rest of it checks out.
Why was the platoon sold? Why were you palmed off by your old master to this new faction?
A politician. I believe that there is bigger things afoot here. Cormyr is disintegrating, and there will be war there soon. But right now there is no war, just conflict, just skirmishes. But there is war in the Moonsea. There is still a battle for Ilsfar, a battle for Yulash. Even Flan and Mulmaster are not yet completely under the control of the Zentarum, or so I have heard. I think that a large number of soldiers could make a difference, but that is not why we were going north. We were merely caravan guards. Yes, it is true, it is humiliating work to work as a mere caravan guard, but it was important cargo. And a job is a job.
Especially an unsuccessful vanguard.
Well, I think we're just that good. Well, if you want to keep fighting, you could go on to, fight in the pits. But tell you what, I know a nice quiet farmstead not too far from here. I don't know if anybody would ever find you there. Just work of the hand.
So the women.
Don't know about that.
And what are the men? Oh, I forgive me. I forgot how backward you are up here.
Yeah.
Floats your boat, man.
Right. I think we've got what we need from him, honestly, though. And I don't know. I don't see any reason to kill him at this point.
Mm.
If you do not want me to die, give me a weapon. A crossbow, a sword. These forests are wild with giant apes and monsters.
I'll stick to the roads and I'll toss one of the battle axes. The cart.
Lifts the axe.
I mean,
And
can't we just
nods.
give him his weapons back? He had
Yeah.
weapons before.
I mean,
Neat.
see, now we both robbed the caravan.
Oh,
Guilty
good
as
point.
sin. Well, you are more honorable than I could have imagined. I still do not understand why you are setting me free, but perhaps this is that legendary mercy that I have heard that Dale's folk possess.
Something like that.
I cannot pretend that you would receive the same treatment in my own homeland if I were the one holding the blades.
Nah, well.
You do well to remember it then, in the future.
Yes, I shall. Yes, I shall. Is there anything you want from me?
Tell you what. Do what you can to sow dissent against Zentarum. Occupation, wherever you can.
You say do this, but you make me swear no oath. I shall do it. But I shall not be bound to doing it.
Look out for yourself first, man.
Right?
Just do what you can.
Are you single? He asked Luna.
Not interested.
Balls on him.
I have never met a woman like you.
Well, you head up there, up pointing into the woods. You'll meet more. Probably gonna eat you though.
You mean the women he knows can hit the broadside of a barn?
Them as well.
Symbian Soldier number 4 is just
He's giving you the smolder.
Carlo.
Alright. So did we decide what we were doing with the carts then?
There are what, 4 of them total? Well, 1 wagon, 3 carts.
Yeah.
Do we want to bring this back to
Do we?
Shadowdale?
Do we?
I
Have
think we bring it back to Shadowdale, honestly.
Do we have a way of determining whether these horses are stolen?
Detect Magic will tell if they came from Shadowdale, I remember that much.
Is there any other brands on them that are easy to see?
And
All
I
those
think
questions.
they're oxen, right?
I think.
Any-
said
Yeah,
they
the
can-
horses ran away. There's oxes what left.
Oh, okay.
Sounded like they came from Sembia, though. I mean, good way to validate his story, though, if you want to double check.
The wagons, is that? All the brands, the horses, whatever.
Yeah, the brands, see
Yeah.
if any of that's stolen.
Yeah, it has a moon above a mountain A history check, only be a DC 10 to know what it is. But anyone who might know something about livestock, nah, it's not a local brand, Luna. It's definitely not Dale's. And Flint, a moon above a mountain sounds like High Moon. High Moon's part of Sembia.
Yeah.
So, once again, we about face and head back to Shatterdale, is that right?
Think
Is that what
so.
we're doing?
I think
Yeah.
so. We keep fucking we keep getting encounters, man. I don't know what's something with the roads out here.
We could just get encounters where we
Mean.
don't get anything.
And what do we
Okay,
wanna
where we
see-
don't come away with a ridiculous amount of loot is really what
Yeah.
it is.
what do we intend to do with all of this stuff once we get to Shatterdale?
Sell it.
I
Or
can
do
take
we
a day and
want-
convert it into trade bars.
Or do we want to
Here's
go up to Dagerdale? Give it to the goblins.
That takes us further from our goal at the ranches.
that's gonna take several more days, unless we just
Well,
want to
we
say
can-
we spend 2 weeks moving to and fro. But there is the missing the missing priest that we're dealing with. It's time sensitive.
Yeah. Well, do we just want to leave this in Shadowdale till we get back?
I have an idea. See, either myself or like Luna or somebody just double time it to Shadowdale and see if we can't work out some kind of deal with Kim Caravan.
How about we double time it to the dwarves, and I'll
Yeah.
talk to them since they're my buddies.
Actually, that's
Very-
even better.
Because they like me. They taught me what I know.
Yeah, let's do it. I like that.
That works for me.
Before we leave here, Arctic, I just want to find a tree, and with my dagger, I would like to try and crudely carve the 3 lightning bolts of Koza, who I think is Talos, and then hammer 3 arrowheads at their tips as like a thank you. A small offering, if you will, as my arrows flew on his wings as we fought.
Very nice.
It begins to rain.
God damn it.
I share that sentiment, Luna. I put my wet weather gear on. When we get out of here.
shit. Well, just we just leave a pile of corpses out there? Or are you guys gonna do anything outrageous? 'Cause I only have
I'm
so
gonna-
much rope, and I'm not giving up my rope.
No, no,
today.
I got this. I got this. Let's stack them all.
Okay.
I cast Searing Smite and strike the stack, lighting it all on fire.
Okay.
Doesn't really send a message. It's like get rid of corpses.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. I thought
think-
we were just gonna leave it to Malar or something, but
I was
you can have your barbecue, your macabre barbecue.
I mean, I was thinking that way they can't tell exactly how many bodies are there.
And I think whether or not they're cooked or otherwise won't stop wild animals.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Alright, back to Shatterdale it seems.
Yeah.
And I think we'll try and get this at a fast pace, right? Or as fast as the
Yeah.
ox will go.
And weren't a couple of us going ahead?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to
If you want to, yeah,
go
I'll,
ahead heavy.
I'll sit tight with the caravan.
Yeah, if Flint wants to go with me, we can go and we can negotiate because he's probably better at talking things than I am with my -1 charisma.
Only marginally.
Oh, do you have a 10 charisma as well?
I have 10 charisma indeed, yes.
I have an 8.
I'm a
This is
little
why
better
she's
than
not
you.
that likable.
But with dwarfs, it's inverse, right? The less likable
Yeah.
you are, the more dwarf you are.
You know, there you go. It's like roll low. You roll a 1, you just fart or you burp really loudly, and they like that shit.
I mean, that is kind of Debbie's MO.
Alright. Get this taken care of. How much gold even is this?
Pretty
lot.
decent amount. honestly. And when you count in the carts and all the other shit,
We'll probably sell the beasts too, to be honest. I don't think we have any need for ox. Maybe keep one for our other cart, right? We have we have 3 now.
yeah.
I sell 500 gold from the axes if they're getting half value.
I say it's fine to take a little less than what their market average is if we can just get this off our hands quickly.
Right.
Do we make it back to Shadowdale okay, Arctic?
You do not.
Oh shit.
Not.
So we split the party, right? And who are the people going back to Shadowdale?
I think it's
Everyone's
Flint,
going
Debbie,
back.
and Luna.
Oh, everyone's going back.
It's just
Everything's
two are
going back. There's just some of us that were going with the carts and some of us going ahead.
Okay, cool. Luna, you're one of the people going ahead?
No, I'm with the cart.
Cool.
No, I
who's
think it
going
was just
ahead?
me and Flint.
Alright. How far ahead?
We were probably going. I don't know.
We're
How far
effectively
were
double
we?
timing them.
Yeah, we're both
So
going as
however
fast as we
far, yeah, they would have made it about
I think
twice as far. I think game mechanics wise.
I think it's a difference in speed, like an ox's
So
fast
you-
pace versus the pace of the 2 on foot.
So it's not like you're 300 feet ahead and you're miles ahead, quite literally, and growing more ever further. By the time
Yup.
they've travelled
Like
about
it.
10 miles, you will have travelled 20. Yeah. Alright. We've long since left the rest of the party behind. You estimate that they're about a mile behind you, but it might be a lot more. In any case, you're all alone. There are a lot of little streams, a lot of little rivers here in Shadowdale. I mean, it rains a lot. It's a forest. You'd expect there to be small bridges and rivers all over the place, and they're insignificant, so we don't mention them. But one of the bridges that you went over on the way here, a couple of hours back. One of the bridges that you went over, you're approaching against. It's a small bridge, an insignificant creek, but it's very different this time than when you came through with your wagon. This time, there is a dying horse lying on its side. The horse has arrows lodged into it, causing blood loss. The horse is still kicking, but it's given up. It's lying down to die. It probably crashed. In fact, it looked like it could take no more, and it just reached the bridge and crashed. There is a human or a person, a male humanoid, on the bridge as well. About 6 foot tall, 5'10", something like that. So there's a male human on the bridge. He is wearing traveling clothes. They appear to be relatively dirty, relatively new, but also relatively dirty, as if he only bought them quite recently, but has been riding hard and has damaged his good clothing as a result. This person is slumped up against the bridge, and he is not facing you. He's facing the other direction, and he has his crossbow, just a hand crossbow, but he's got a hand crossbow and he's pointing it in the opposite direction to you.
I kind of look at Flint and just kind of look quietly to him, like, looks like we've run into a situation.
I look to the other bank and the direction that the crossbow's kind of slumped.
Make a perception check.
Ugh.
There's no one out there. He's
I
pointing at
am
ghosts.
gonna re-roll that.
Can,
Alright.
can I take a look as well?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Feels bad.
Yeah, Devi's got this, right? Yep, she's got this.
There's nothing to be seen. And he's there on the middle of a small bridge. Bridge is only wide enough for one cart. It's only twice as long as it is wide. The gully isn't that deep. If it wasn't for the fact that it was raining, you could probably just take your wagon through the bloody gully. But anyway, there he is, lying slumped up against the railing, pointing a hand crossbow in the opposite direction, dying horse. You don't see anything, but you hear it. About 500 feet away, and you're only about 300 feet away in the opposite direction, So about 500 feet away, maybe more than that, maybe 1,500. Anyway, some distance away, you can hear multiple horses riding, galloping.
Do we recognize the guy?
No, perception 22, you do not. He looks like he's wearing good quality traveling clothes that have become recently damaged due to hard wear. Apart from that, he doesn't look local. He has dusky skin. He has dusky skin. He has a beard a bit like Razul's. He has a bit of a he looks ethnically similar to Razul. Not necessarily a Bedine, but not someone from around here. Probably someone from a hotter culture, darker skin.
Gotcha.
I would like to see if we can't like stay low. Wait, one other question: does the horses sound like they're approaching or like dissipating? They're
galloping
approaching
towards us, galloping in our direction, and well, are we on horseback?
No, we don't have any.
No. So it sounds that because they're already galloping, if we were to make a beeline for the bridge, we probably wouldn't arrive there much before the horses do. We've only got 300 feet or so to cover. They've got 1,500 feet to cover, but they are on galloping horses. So you really have to make a decision if you want to intervene in any way.
Let's get under cover.
Yeah, I say, yeah, especially since it's just the two of us and I'm down spells.
So you take cover and hide. If at any moment you want to intervene, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just assume that the scene plays out without you doing anything. All right. So you take cover, and only a few moments too soon. It's less than a minute before the horses arrive, and they don't stop galloping. They slow down to a canter when they see the bridge, and then they spur their horses on again as if they're going to run straight over this guy. No intervention, of course. Yeah.
Just a question: how many?
5.
And are they Zentarum, or are they... Is there any way to tell? Any emblems?
It's quite hard. At a distance of like 500 feet away, while you're riding a horse, there's not a lot that is obvious initially, no. I wouldn't say they immediately look like Zentarum. Zentarum, their leaders have a penchant for purple. They always wear as heavy armor as they can. They tend to be armed. These guys don't seem to be like that. Much like the previous gentleman, they seem to be well dressed. They've got nice clothing, nicer than his, to be honest. Although this is just a very immediate assumption, so there's not a lot that you can pick out. One thing you do pick out is that it appears that their leader is a red-haired woman who has a necklace and a pair of earrings that sparkle even at a distance of 500 feet away. The sunlight catches them, and you know the gleam of precious jewels when you see them.
Oh, buddy.
Hold on 1 second.
It is a curious scene. Of that there can be no doubt.
She doesn't look like Carolee Dyson, does she? From the missing persons.
So,
Sorry?
I'm just looking up the image.
I don't think so. She's got more of a ranch look than that.
Yeah, the image that you have doesn't show a well-adorned woman. A similar coloured hair, perhaps even similar age, similar skin colour. Their skin is quite fair as opposed to their target, who is dusky. but yeah, there's little way of telling at this distance at a glance.
Yeah, I stay put at this point.
All right. The man on the bridge apparently is quite an expert with his crossbow, because he manages to bring down two of the horses before they run him down. But run him down they do. Trample him underfoot, and they crush him underfoot. He seems to plead for some sort of mercy. They never get off their horses, they don't bother. But instead, one of them, they each in unison draw their daggers, and when they do, their daggers spout fire, magical fire presumably, unless it's some kind of elaborate gas trick. They draw their daggers, and their daggers along the blades spout fire. With a deft movement, one of the men throws his dagger into the victim's throat, and he stops moving.
Alrighty.
Eventually gets off after all of this and starts going through the man's goods. Seems to find what they are looking for, which appears to be a scroll. And at that point, they remount, look around, don't spot you, and begin cantering, or trotting perhaps, just trotting back down south again, after tossing the body in the water, which begins to float downstream.
After they're gone, can I retrieve the body?
Yeah, it doesn't travel very far. There's not a lot of water. It's really a gully rather than a river. And so the body's only gone about 50 feet and then stopped. The man is... it's hard to pick his ethnicity, I guess. I think a history check is there's no other choice but using a history check.
Alright, let's hope my dice are still hot.
No.
Nope.
He's not a local, but I'll elaborate on that. He's not from the Dales. He's not from Cormier. He's not from Sembia. He's not from the Moonsea. It's possible that he's from the Badine, although he looks nothing like he's not dressed like a Badine at all. But it's possible he's from the Badine. And if he's not from the Badine, then he's probably from the other side of the inner sea, a long way away indeed. He has lovely clothing, clothing of a southern style. It's smick, it's fashionable, it's also utilitarian, but it's the style is very foreign to any of you, either of you.
Anything else you want to do, or?
Turn his pockets inside out for gold, and that's about it.
God dang.
You turn his pockets inside out for gold, and they've he either had none or they took it in the process. You didn't really see them robbing him. They've left behind his hand crossbow, which is still there. The hand crossbow has no poison, but about 15 bolts, so enough bolts for you to take if you want. He's got a rapier, a dagger, as we said, the good quality clothing. The horse is dead. The horse has a saddle, has saddlebags. The saddlebags are empty. The only thing that you do find upon him is a small tattoo of a figure of 8 mask, which is upon his shoulder.
A mask like the one we found underneath the Old Fort Inn, yeah?
Yeah,
That's
identical. Identical.
Interesting. Okay.
It looked like he had applied carrion crawler venom to his bolts, and that was what brought the horses down, but he's used it all in the process of defending himself.
Unfortunate.
But yeah, there's a saddle, a hand crossbow, and a handful of other things, clothing, weapons, saddlebags. But the but the nobles, whoever they were, have gone away. You can see the burn mark on his throat where the knife struck him. Cauterized its own wound, I suppose.
And he's already bled out. Is that correct?
They trampled him. Yeah. By the time you arrive here, he's very dead.
Right. Yeah, definitely take the hand crossbow. And I'll grab the rapier and the dagger. And I think we'll continue. Yeah?
There is
What?
one more thing. It's hardly a clue, but there's one more thing that I will mention is this guy hasn't bathed in a month. His clothing was nice, but not only is the clothing soiled, but so is he. He it looks like he's been on the run for some time.
I put him back in the water to wash up, and then we go.
God damn.
All right. The party will eventually come across this corpse, and it's about the same time that Debbie and Flint reach Shadow.
I wonder if our friends got into a bit of a scrap.
And guys,
We'll ask them
live
about
alone for 20 minutes.
it. Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, this time it's not Devi's fault, alright?
Why are you blaming me? It's not like I started a fight. Oh, wait.
To be fair, it all worked out pretty well in the end. Like,
Yeah,
Devi's
you should
a
be
fucking
thanking me.
tank.
I mean, he made a shit ton of gold.
I mean,
probably
yeah,
that remains to be seen. We might have just gotten a shit ton of trouble. We'll see.
yeah. If you're gonna have someone that is willing to pick fights, it better be the one that can take the hits, right?
That's true.
Sure.
That's why I took a level in Barbarian.
That nice 2 on the die.
Yeah, that still haunts my nightmares, but
And
Rage
I'm an
is pretty
astro,
cool.
but you know.
It's the way of the dice, man. Let's go talk to some dwarves, see if we can fence some stolen, not stolen merchandise.
The dwarves are paying pretty good prices. They're paying 50% of the value. So if you look up what the player's handbook value for the shield, for the scale mail, for anything else, they'll give you 50% of it, which
Was it
is
scale?
about as good as you'll get anywhere.
That's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
They
Was
they
it
want the
scale?
cards too, or
It was
Scale.
Oh, scale. Yeah, so that's so we get. I mean, that's pretty good.
So we've got
Or-
20 suits of scale.
Yeah.
hear me out. We keep the cards and we just stash those with the other cards, and then we've got 4 cards.
Sure.
Yeah,
And our stolen ox.
kind of.
Ox.
We'll see.
50% scale. That's
Battle axes.
Because you're getting half price, you might as well just, multiply, divide the, you know what I mean? 200 spears, just calculate the price of 100 spears instead of calculating 200 and then divided by 2. Have you got good enough at math to work that out?
yeah. Well, it's 1 gold per spear. 50 gold per scale.
Oh, jeez.
Then what was it? Just 25 per battle axe.
Yeah.
And
And 10 for a
first-
shield before. Yeah.
300 shields? Oh my god.
Yeah, well, we're having what the loot is to make up for the price difference.
I know. I'm just looking at this, and it's like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
It's a lot
We're
of
planning
work there.
on-
That's a small army that they are equipping right there. That is a
Yeah.
Roman legion right there.
Yeah, it would be enough to completely re-equip Dagger Dale's military, not counting armor, with weapons alone. Well, we only got about 200 soldiers in all of Dagger Dale.
See what these dwarves do with it.
That's like, if I'm not mistaken, that works out to be about 2,600 gold.
That's
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, after the price cost of 1250 is what I'm getting.
That's a hefty sum right there, honestly. I mean, it's not the dragon again, but
That's about what we got back from the dragon.
really? I mean,
No,
well,
we
we
got-
also got
Well, we kept most of the dragon.
Yeah. Sorry, it was 1,250 gold
Yep.
after at the sellback price.
Yep.
It's not bad.
1250. All right, and then what? Shall we divvy it? Should we put it in the
Just split
fund?
it straight 5.
Yeah,
Split it
2
five.
easy, 250 each.
250 each is easy.
Are we gonna put any in party gold?
Nah, not this stuff. Let's just keep it.
I will put 50 of my gold.
Yeah, you can take 50 of mine in there as well.
I'm gonna talk to the dwarves and see how much it would be to commission full plate using some
one-
dragon bone.
A quarter of the price that it would the final price. What are you trying to make?
I'm trying to make full plate that I could later enchant.
Hmm. Yeah,
like
yeah.
the dragon bone that we have, like incorporate that to kind of give it that ability to be enchanted.
Yeah, they'll manufacture some full plate if you have the material for 400 gold.
That's it.
It's
400?
1,500. It's 1,500 for the armor.
Yeah.
If you have the material, yeah, how to explain it? Yeah, well, yeah. If you've got the material, then they'll do the work for 400.
Then yeah, I'll pay that up front with 40 platinum.
And you've
Very
got the
nice.
material. You give them the dragon scale or something.
We have a bunch of dragon bone left.
You can't make armor out of bone.
But they do
Okay.
need iron.
Yeah, I'd make it out of the scale.
Is it okay with you guys if I use the scale?
I mean, if we want to do that much
Yeah.
math, yeah, we could just buy the iron again. If we want to do it that way. The iron's fairly cheap, honestly.
I still have an extra 250 gold too.
Iron's hugely expensive in Shadowdown.
Yeah.
Could that be figured into my 250 from the stuff we just sold them? And say, hey, here's a bunch of metal.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're going to use 400 gold pieces worth of metal, so you'd need to. It'd cost you 400 gold. Yeah.
So what, like, is that 10 suits of scale?
I have 200. I don't have 400 right now.
I can spot you some gold. What you need?
I don't know if I want to be beholden to Flint. Just saying. It's better
I
than
mean-
being beholden to Azul.
Our party funds are probably pretty tapped considering we all just kind of gremlined away our cash this time.
Can I do half of it now, half of it later? Half upon completion or whatnot?
Yeah. Like you'll forfeit the armor after 6 months, but that's fine.
That I hope that's okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So
It'll be
if you
fine.
can't get back to Shattered Island in 6 months, then yeah, you'll lose it. But that seems pretty unlikely.
Every 6 hours at this
Right.
point, you know.
So you've been here 3 times in 3 days. So.
Each time we've got like yesterday, you're like, who wants some fucking dragon? And today we're like, where you want to arm an army? Like, where you guys getting this stuff from? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
My uncle.
You guys aren't looking in the right spot. It's like Skyrim, all right? There's a cave like 2 like, mile down. Oh, shit.
Didn't a wagon pass through here recently? Anyway. We are the bandits now. We have become the bandits.
We did.
Yeah.
Judge me.
Only a little bit. I'd judge you a lot more if it didn't work out right.
You know, I didn't charge the mage in the inn, okay?
Like I said, dude, I almost considered just like turning coat right there. Just like, I don't know if I want to do this fight.
Oh, you're fine.
We
I know
were,
how case
but
party is. I have faith in you guys. I have faith in you guys to have my back.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah, we're in too deep now. We gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
It'll be about night time
Anything.
once we arrive back in Shatterdale, hey?
Yeah, surely. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess we better go back to the
Yeah,
fest
well.
hall.
I'm going someplace.
No, I'll stay in.
I
hang
mean,
on a
if you
sec.
insist.
No, it's okay.
I just find like a pile of hay somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
If
Perfect.
possible, I would like to find Devi and speak with her privately.
Uh-oh. No, I'm sorry. You're not my type.
Oh, jeez, that's
Housewife.
that's
Like,
not,
that's
that
not
is not at all why I'm approaching you. Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding.
No.
That's not a character.
I know. But my point is, yeah, look, I'm well aware that I might be a bit of a sleaze at times, but I'm actually asking a favor of you, in spite of all that, right? We're about to hit Cavalier ranches, and that's a big deal, and truth be told, I'm a little worried that if I don't make it out, for whatever reason, I'm actually a little concerned for my daughter. So, if it happens that I end up falling, would you take her on as like a charge of yours? You're a strong woman, no doubt about it. And fuck, I mean, I'd ask Luna, but she's a little feral, and I'd ask Flint, but he's ex-Zentarum, and thus far, yeah, I feel like she would need, decisive action.
Sorry.
And
Like,
like,
out of character side, that was like, oh, because your last choice. Got it.
You're none of the women left in the
I
world,
mean, there's
so
dragon, but he's
She understands like the sentiment, and she's trying very hard not to like be at her snarky self because she's kind of a dick. Oh, but she goes, no, it's just like, yes, I will. Also, make sure you don't, slip and fall.
cool. All right, thank you. That's an immense pressure off my shoulders. That's good to know.
She pats you on the shoulder.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go and get drunk.
she may join you.
There is no place quite like the Fest Hall of Shadowdale. Artistic, cultured, sophisticated, and down to earth all at once. It's a peaceful evening. The rain falls steadily, as ever. The fairies flitter and dance outside your windows. And dawn comes again with the shepherds, the roosters, waking up in the wee hours of the morning and getting to work long before any of you have chosen to rise.
Let's see, can we make it halfway there this time?
We can certainly try.
No promises.
All right, let's try again, and let's do really hard. Let's try really hard now. We'll keep focused. We'll try and make it all the way there without turning around.
No more rolling ones.
Luck.
We only get to the. I think we only got to like the second of 3 encounters on that, didn't we?
The final encounter
think-
that the Fire Knights.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that was
don't
the
think we-
99, wasn't it?
It was the 99, that's right, yeah. And we
Right.
shall never really understand what was going on.
There was something, and I'm not sure we wanted to pick that fight, even if we were at full
No.
strength.
I was still like half health. I didn't have any third level spells left. I only had 1 second level spell. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they all magic weapons, yeah, and all the same. Flaming daggers.
Might
Yeah.
have been cool.
Like had we needed a fight, I don't know. It would have been hard. Like I think I had some tricks, but like I didn't want to. It's too much dice variance on that.
I mean,
It sounded like he was a thief on the run. It's probably for the best you didn't get involved.
truth.
Yeah, she
Something.
tells Rizul. We tell Rizul over drinks. It's fine.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, we you did the flint. You hid in the bushes.
And I feel dirty.
Oh. Well, tell you what. You want to go kill 5 strangers? Be my guest.
I mean, we just killed what 12 strangers.
Oh,
There
11
was a
strangers.
car. They deserved it.
Yeah, right. They're not people.
Exactly.
They're not strangers, they're just enemies we haven't met.
Right? They're not really people.
I think that's the most agreeable thing I've heard you say, Flint.
That's that cuts me deep. Cuts me deeply.
I mean, I would worry about cutting you deeply if you were a person.
You know, you guys should just Luna up and let's get in the ring here. We'll just beat it out of each other, you know.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, yeah. If no one else, I guess Luna understands me. Let's go punch each other.
I mean, if she's allowed to wear her armor, she's totally down for getting into a fight.
It's a very,
A
very
sparring
healthy,
match.
Nope.
healthy therapy
Nah.
for the group. Beat the shit out of
Yeah.
each other.
We have our Fight Club side episode.
Had
D12,
2.
D12, please, Luna.
Hey.
See, the problem is we keep going from left to right.
Yeah, can we switch this up? Because we keep getting me or Luna rolls like 100 or something, and
No, the last one was Dahlia.
Alright.
oh yeah, that's right.
Rizul, a D12, please.
Oh, guys. I was happy not being responsible.
And Debbie.
That hovered
Dahlia?
on a 1 for a minute.
It did. It was balancing. A D12.
Got that
please.
3D dice going. All right.
2-8. 2-8. Better roll 2.
No.
Come on, Flint. Don't screw it up.
Wait, what am I rolling?
D12.
D12.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, there's only 5 of us. You gotta roll more often, man. Oh, you got the double
I-
ones.
D100, thank you.
God damn it, Flint.
Dragon.
It's
Dragon.
alright. It's gonna be a truffle dwarf again.
Oh my
Truffle
god.
dwarf. Truffle
Why am I
dwarf.
like this?
Oh yeah, did we sell the truffles?
We didn't.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
You can, but you won't get very much because herbs aren't worth much up here.
Oh, that's right, that's right. And they last forever, so.
They will.
Luna's gonna take the chef feat later, so I say we hang on to him.
I don't want the type of cuisine Lynn's gonna make, let's be honest.
This tastes like pork. Hey, wait a minute.
As long as it's not people, like as long as I see her making it.
You know, I was watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine yesterday, and there's a Klingon restaurant. And that's what I imagine Luna's cooking is like.
I hope you like it rare.
I do.
It's
It's not
live.
cooked, it's just seasoned.
No, it's seared on the outside. Don't worry, she heats it up.
Hits the pan for all of 3 seconds. Turn 3
Fresh
seconds.
cooked.
Yeah, the trick is you just don't eat silver. You don't use silverware. You just tear into it like an actual animal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I live in Portland. People will go for that.
Who picks tonight's campsite, and what attributes are you looking for?
I'd probably pick like a hill, probably like a tree
Ooh.
covering it up, just to stop from the rain. Something don't overlook the road.
Brilliant, brilliant. The hill has a little stream running down it. It runs from a higher hill and into your hill. It's not an elevation where you are, but a bit lower down. There's a little stream. And not far from the stream, there's a stagnant pool. Not uncommon, in a place like this to have water flood like a lowland and then just turn into a very small, tiny little marsh or swamp. Not unusual. It's a bit annoying sometimes because it means biting insects, but it's also cool because you get lots of beautiful birds. You might pick up resources like mushrooms or eggs from birds' nests. All in all, it's part of nature. And if you were going to be moving on from camp every time you came across a small stagnant pool, there'd probably be nowhere for you to camp anywhere here in the Dales. There doesn't appear to be any issues. You don't see any foreign campfires. There are farms. There are farmsteads and ranches and shepherds some 5 miles distant. But it looks like you've got the whole area for 5 miles in any direction pretty much to yourselves. On top of the hill, do you take any unusual or particular preparations, or are you just setting watches and being done with it?
I would take a little look, see if there's any flora around, anything interesting.
Sure.
Are
Nothing
we-
too-
Bringing a cart with? Just question.
No.
I think we had.
No
I think
card?
we decided against it because we're obviously about to do like a hit and run almost on the ranches, and having a cart would slow us down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, which specifically means you're not trying to lure out the bandits.
Gotcha. I'm just wondering how much extra torches I'm gonna be bringing. But I will set up a couple torches on the perimeter, say like 3.
At the bottom or the top of the hill? For which perimeter?
Oh, just like on the edges of the camp.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, so there's now 3 torches on top of the hill. It's not exactly a beacon, but it is. If you were in the lowlands, you'd be able to see them. Like just small flickering torches, not that significant, but unusual. Yeah, in an otherwise empty forest, a couple of torches is a spectacle.
I mean, we also have a campfire going, which is
Good point.
pretty
Good
big.
point. All right,
A little
Luna,
weird, but
make a nature check.
Yay, nature.
Cool. So you're looking around for game or resources or dangers. There is small game, squirrels and rabbits and other varmints, so you're able to bring in some fresh meat without much challenge. There are a handful of wild vegetables as well, such as onions and turnips. Maybe a pumpkin patch that used to be a farm once upon a time but was abandoned years ago. Now the pumpkins just grow wild. So you gather enough food for a relatively hearty meal. You don't spot anything particularly unusual until you come to that stagnant swamp that I mentioned earlier. It's only small. It's only about 4 times the size of a queen-size bed. You know, it's 10 feet by 10 feet, something like that. 15 feet by 15 feet. It's not huge. But it's unusual because it appears to have blue fireflies in it. Normally you can't see fireflies during the day, and right coming into twilight, so the sun has set but there's still light in the sky, and you can see in the bellies of these insects flickering blue light. But it's not just in the bellies of the insects, it seems to be in the larvae as well. So within this pool there's a very soft, radiant blue bioluminescent glow coming from hundreds, maybe thousands of little larvae, which is typical. Most stagnant ponds have hundreds or thousands of little insect larvae. And so there's these little insects that seem to be glowing with flashes, blue sparks of fire within the pool and within the flying critters as well. At first you think it might be a firefly, but then one lands on you and tries to bite you like a mosquito. You swat the mosquito? Or you let it bite you?
I'll see what it does first.
Yeah, it begins to drink your blood, behave like a normal mosquito. It flares up, bright blue, like a really bright, burning blue, like blue flames, basically, within its tiny little body.
Huh. Weird. Yeah.
So you swat it at that point? Or
yeah,
not?
it's why it bit me.
Your blood squirts on your own arm, you know.
Damn it.
It drew a little bit of blood, but not much.
Mm-hmm. I'll grab. I think I have a vial in my backpack. I'll scoop up some of that. Some of the larvae.
Yeah, no problems. Is it a glass vial? Can you see through the vial?
Glass.
Yeah. It's amazing then, because you've now got this. It's dirty water, stagnant, dirty water. But within that stagnant, dirty water, you've got all of these intense, bright blue flashes. Flash, 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 flash. It's quite remarkable. Fireflies tend to be green, yellow, if you're familiar with them. These are like no firefly you've ever seen before. And firefly larvae don't flare up either. But these larvae are flaring. It's really strange.
It's kind of cool.
One more thing. Fireflies attract mates with their lights. That's what they're doing. Why would a larvae need to attract mates? It's not mature. Just something a naturist might notice or think of.
That's weird.
It is weird.
I got a trophy. I'm going back to camp.
You've got a trophy. Luna returns with a something that she picked up at a nearby rave.
You got a glow stick. That's
something like that.
looks a little bit like, I don't know, magic. I bet that's magic. 5
Probably
silver
magic.
says that's magic.
Is there anything in this land that's untouched by magic?
Sand.
Well, there's you.
My poo?
That's vulgar.
You know magic stuff. What is this?
Yeah, do the identify
Um,
thing.
Yeah, I was gonna ritual cast identify on it.
Identify?
Yep.
On what? What are you identifying?
The glowy thingy.
Contents
Well,
of the
larva.
vial.
I guess that works. Like, yeah.
If it was created by a spell, I learn what created it and whether any of the spells are affecting it.
Okay. This is hard. Make Arcana or an Insight check. Alright. Your spell doesn't fail, but it also doesn't work. You are unable to identify what is causing this. For one of I can't think of a better analogy, but it's because there's no data in the database. Clearly this is a magical effect, yes, but the identify spell can't recognize the magic because it's unique, maybe?
It's not a spell.
Not a spell? It's
What?
It's not something that the spell is designed to identify.
What color was the Did we catch a glimpse of the color of I forget if it was
This spell scar, it was absolutely blue.
was blue?
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
Razul
identical.
pipes up. Yeah, it's probably these beasts have probably been touched by that curse, right?
It's a possibility. Do you think we can? Yeah, I'm with Elminster, like talking to Elminster about it. Like, not sure if he would pay for it, but I'd be the person to ask.
Yeah,
I want to make a note of this location on our actual Dales map. I have cartography tools if I'm able to do that.
Yeah, I'll help you out because I got the same.
We both got cartography. Yeah, boy.
And I give guidance.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of make a mental note of it with my.
I don't even know if we really need to make a
natural
check for
four.
that.
Yeah, just a mental note will be enough. I'll chuck him down. Now that the evening is coming about, we've already mentioned that the sun is set and this is the twilight half hour. The mosquitoes are starting to come out, and you begin to see them, little blue fireflies that drift through the sky up from the swamp towards your camp. And yeah, they're beginning to land on your oxen, and they're beginning to land on you as well.
We might want to move camp if this is like a visual effect.
Just sleep it over. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna see if I can't like burn something here. Let's see. Let me check my
We got Nisi
inventory.
Frenella.
Yeah.
That actually attracts mosquitoes.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can use it smart and place it away from you. Get them away from you.
Let's see if I can't get some like. Maybe Luna can help with this. I'll wake her up and make her help. But see if you can't find like a mosquito repellent. Just burn it.
That'd be like survival.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will help you with that.
Yeah. There's nothing nearby that'll be particularly effective except for a bit of sage. Do we have sage? No, I don't think we have
Does
sage.
Debbie have
No.
sage? Did she take the priest pack?
If you have cooking utensils, you'll have sage. If you have cooking...
I have cooking utensils.
Yeah, well, there'll be a little bit of sage in there. So not enough, but there's a little bit of sage. But mostly just smoke. Smoke is going to be pretty effective. But at the end of the day, if a mosquito wants to bite you, it's going to bite you, right? Like, short of mosquito nets, they can be really hard to keep out.
We may as well just
they'll
shift.
go for it. Just roll over.
Huh.
It'll be fine.
Oh, we don't have oxen, so there's that at least. But yeah,
So,
We're gonna
No, you
wake
don't.
up.
definitely want to bundle up here best we can.
Well, hang on a sec. These are blue mosquitoes, right? That are landing and trying to bite us. Nah, they're gonna impart the curse on us everywhere. We have to move.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to be no curse because it's some fucking mosquito. Are you serious? Let's get out of here.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Just open that.
Relocate campsite.
You cool with that, Luna? They're packing up yet?
Yeah, I'll help.
Well, because you're cool with it, we'll get you to roll the d12 to see if you have an encounter while you're moving camp.
Oh fuck me.
You managed to find somewhere away from the hill, away from the swamp, not too distant, but somewhere where you're not bothered by spell plague mosquitoes. And in the morning, it's only Luna who has to make a Constitution save, and even she has advantage because it was only one little bite.
I'm really good at Constitution saves, guys.
But, so
You are
you
if you
develop
roll
a bit of an itch. And it kind of burns in there, and your mosquito bite seems to glow a little. It glows a little bit blue, but in the morning you have no other symptoms, so they're presumably quite harmless.
Kind of neat.
Neat.
Do we still have the vial?
I assume so. Yeah.
Yeah.
With some of them in there, right?
Larvae and mosquitoes both. Yeah.
Can I ritual cast detect magic on it now that I have it prepared?
Yeah. Oh, they're magical, right? Yeah.
What kind?
Yeah. Shit.
My bad. Sorry.
All of the types. They have
Necromancy?
different. All of them, like different mosquitoes glow different colors. All in all, they show signs of enchantment and signs of evocation. But in addition to that, they each have individual magical powers.
Oh, this is great.
That's why they're popping, dude. That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
I'm happy we moved camp.
Yeah, me too.
That gave me the
Every wizard I
heebie-jeebies.
would know right now would just be like bathing in that water right now. Fucking wizards, man.
Out of character, I want to.
Is
You should just choose to fail the saving throw.
I like to, just a bit of I suppose just a question regarding the spell plague or whatever. The after effects of those that have been like touched by it, are they like negative, positive, both? What exactly is the story?
There's no such thing as spell plague.
Okay.
That is the official story. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Sounds
Always
like
been
an
a
awful
war
lot
with you,
like
right?
chaos.
Great. All right.
Dawn comes, and I guess we've made some good time.
On this trip,
Yeah, not too bad.
Let's see how these D12s go.
Are we gonna-
Exactly. Where are we going? At what point? I think we're going to Cavalier. At what point do we leave the road?
yeah,
Do we want to try to hunt the hobgoblins here a little bit? Give that a shot.
we
Get
don't
off the road a
have
little
the
bit?
wagon with us though.
You have nothing to draw them out. Yeah.
I mean, we can go look for them still if we want, but
You have nothing to draw them out. They don't attack war parties. They only attack undefended merchants and home travelers. So it's unlikely that you're going to be able to. You could search for them though. That's something entirely different. You go into the woods and try to find a base camp. However, goblins aren't like humans. They're a lot more adaptable. They don't necessarily need to have a home.
what do you guys think? Straight to Cavalier or?
Let's head a little bit farther up the road and kind of like that.
Yeah, let's hit the the eastern edge of Comanthor and then cut in. Yeah, as Luna suggested.
Boy.
Cut in through the woods with our ranger.
Yeah.
Out on the road again.
We got a lot of survival in this group.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Debbie, do you have it too?
I do.
I think all 5 of us have survival.
Yeah, I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, okay,
That's-
you're kidding. Oh, yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing.
No
Wow.
dark vision. Everyone with survival. Like this group knows what we want to do here.
This is the campaign to do it, it feels like.
Yeah, honestly. Like I'm almost kicking myself for not playing a monk in this campaign.
Why monk? Because of the boxing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that I feel like that would just be like an excellent way to just showcase your monk shit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's something I did think of too, because like there isn't a lot for a monk to do necessarily in this campaign, but by throwing in the fighting pits, then yeah, it gives them a great avenue. Thanks. I'm glad to focus. All right. Scrolling through 1,001 notes here, trying to find something in particular. There it is. There it is. Okay, great. Rizul, a D12, thank you.
Oh, there it is. Where is it?
Oh,
Aw, man.
god dang it.
What, the D100 too?
Yes, thank you.
Oh.
Okay, 54 Elizabeths. We might have had 54 before. Quite.
And this is the part where we turn around.
'Cause I know it's not dragons.
Truffle dwarf.
Is it Truffle Dwarf? I hope it is. I hope it's the same fucking one. This is
It
Truffle
might be kind of
Country.
different.
This is not Truffle Dwarf. this is. Yeah, there are a few pretty interesting encounters, and I'm not sure if this is one of them or not. Let's find out. Passive perception belongs to Debbie, right?
I'm only at a 13.
Oh, I've got a 16.
Luna, 16. Oh, okay. So we've got a whole bunch with survival and passive perception 16. I'm trying to recall that. 16 is more than enough. I think a 6 would be enough. You're about to find out why. Okay. Coming down the road, early in the morning, perhaps 9 or 10 a.m., you've only left the camp behind by about an hour or two. Coming down the road is a man dressed in red robes riding an elephant.
Fucking
But he's not just on the back of the elephant, he's on a palanquin. He's a man on a palanquin on this huge elephant. And the elephant is being driven by a halfling. It sits up behind its ears, driving the elephant while he sits in the palanquin. And he's clearly having a fucking marvelous time. He's looking out over the ledge into the forest, oohing and ahhing. But he has a villainous goatee, tight and stiff, like the guy that he killed back in Shadowdale, or someone else killed back in Shadowdale. Debbie killed. So he has a villainous countenance.
I tried to heal people after he was dead.
In your defense, not your fault. He's bald on top. He has a black goatee, long red robes, and tattoos covering his head. Does anyone have training in Arcana?
I think Debbie
I don't
does,
think
right?
so, no.
Well,
Yeah.
Debbie do.
He is clearly a red wizard of Thay. And he's not quite alone. He doesn't have any guards, but he's got a bunch of dogs. The dogs start barking. Four big mastiffs that were lagging behind the elephant have seen you now. Even if you've seen them, and they start barking in alert. he immediately casts a spell, and there are now multiple of him. Mirror image.
Wood.
That's exactly right. I used the wrong command. He's still about 1,000 feet away, along through the forest trail, which winds left and right like a snake. But you can see the elephant and the palanquin much easier than he can see you.
Does it look like he's just kind of having a joyride?
Fucking, he's having an absolute marvelous time. But he's cast a spell defensively because red wizards are paranoid people.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, it'll serve him well here dealing with us.
Yeah. Ooh,
We mean to attack him?
I don't think so.
no. It's a red wizard day. Like, no.
Not really familiar with the word Wizards of Day, so
I
I
have no idea what you're talking about.
trust your better judgment. Sure, give him a wide berth. Him and his elephant.
Yep.
Just passing through.
So, yeah, I say we just kind of let him go through, stay out of the way.
Smile and wave.
All right. Will you be running off into the underbrush and hiding, or just getting off the side of the road and giving the elephant the path?
I say he might give him the wrong impression.
Yeah. Plus, even if we try to hide, the dogs are aware of us.
Because mean dogs too. They're Rottweilers with spiky collars.
Oh, that is savage. And so cute. But yeah, we better not. Let's not hide. Let's just give him step off the road, let him pass, and move.
At 500 feet, at 500 feet, he sees your party, and it's just close enough to yell. 200 meters, you really have to yell to be heard. But he has prestidigitation, right, or thaumaturgy. He can yell as fucking loud as he wants. You there! I am a traveler from the great land of Thay. My name is Valtharacas, and I am here to offer honest trade on my goodwill tour of the Dales.
What do you have to trade?
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
Magic.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ark. What did you
Razul-
say there?
I think
Magical
disconnect.
things at reasonable prices.
Oh.
Oh, perfect. He just.
Yeah.
I here's hoping he doesn't meteor storm us. Yeah, but yeah, let's, dude. I want to see what this guy has to offer and see if I can pet his dogs.
Oh, he's a good puppy. Oh, he's a good puppy.
We'll see his wares, but I don't like it.
Out of character, let me see the wares.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of character, I want to know what he's got, but in character, yeah, this is...
Razul's just in a huff, facing the other direction, and pretending it's not happening.
But like peeking over his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, he's curious, but still like...
This was one of the few places that, I don't remember where I saw it, which handout it was, but one of the few places where you could actually get magic items is from Red Wizards.
Yep.
Plus, I've surrounded myself with casters, right?
Only two.
Gonna get used to it somehow.
Luna can cast magic.
Luna's I suppose. You're
Two and a half.
caster, though.
2.5 casters.
Your old buddy Flint doesn't use any, but he's a dirty, dirty Zent.
Like, what kind of company are you keeping, Razul? Like, God, casters?
I ask myself that every
Right?
morning I wake up. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? But...
Could be with the racist slaving Bedine,
It
too.
could be.
Goddamn.
It could be. Look, they don't want me. They kick me out.
Hey, it's not like we're not racist either.
And
To be
that's a secret,
fair,
Captain.
Mother, is
Everybody's
he
racist.
letting his daughter be a spellcaster? Like,
Yeah, what did you do to deserve this, Razul? Like, what a tortured existence.
Yeah, I know. Woe is me, hey?
Dolly.
Leave your weapons in their sheaths, and do not attempt to cast any magic, or I will take that as an assault.
Okay.
you're insults.
Elephant begins to approach, and you could smell it on the wind, and it doesn't actually smell bad. It's the great big braziers of incense swinging in the palanquin provide a sandalwood scent, which precludes the aroma.
I plant my spear in the ground and then start heading forward.
Luna, make an insight check at advantage.
Okay. Insight.
Whoa.
Damn.
The instant these Rottweilers see your wolf, they are gonna go it. Like, you come into view of the Rottweilers, they come into view of Nyx, and they immediately go like on like, you know, like a pincer ready to strike. They're just basically waiting for one of it. There's 4 dogs. As soon as one of those dogs moves, they're gonna come up and rip your dog apart.
Call your beasts off.
My beasts are tame. They follow my every will. These dogs look like they are gonna go your dog, man.
I'll stand in between them. Hand on my sword.
Lay down your lest I see this as an affront to my diplomatic mission.
Dogs are gonna kill my dog, man. Calm down.
Then banish your dog.
I'll tell Luna to go, or Nyx to go sit off in the woods.
Nyx looks up at you with a look that is something like, "What the fuck? You're sending me away, and you wanna play with these dogs? You wanna play with the my."
Just wait. I'll give you
Each
extra belly
whale.
rubs tonight.
I'm gonna have a hand check.
Ooh.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I actually want to. I'm going to go hunting. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
Get a squirrel.
No,
Get a squirrel.
yeah, that's right. I'm so excited. So excited.
I'm doing
She
it
runs
because
over to
I
towards
want to.
exactly. Runs over to the forest edge and then casts one look over her shoulder, and her tail goes down, and she slinks off into the forest.
I don't know. I say if Luna was looking, her tail might go up to like snub her a little bit.
She's hurt.
Gives the hawk flash.
There we go. Friends, what are thy names, that I may add them to my travel journal?
We're Death Wish.
Death Wish. What a grand name for a party of assassins and bandits.
Yeah.
Appropriate as fuck.
Which are you then, assassins or bandits?
Yes.
We assassinate
Oh.
bandits.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Oh, I do like this tale. Oh, and so he tries to get an accounting of you, of the things that you've done. Well, what, if you had to describe yourself in 200 words or less, so that he could put it in, so he could basically write up a half-page account of your journeys, what would
So-
your one page in his 500-page novel be about?
Has to be about the
Dude,
green dragon.
the dragon.
It's completely exaggerated and nothing is right about it.
Oh yeah, we
It's a green
definitely
dragon. The only thing that stays the same.
we try to save the dragon, and the dragon thanks us. The silver thanks us as it's dying, obviously.
Oh yeah, amazing.
And then a great
amazing.
ape came and stole away. I was
So we
serving them
tried to
all
fight
up.
that too, but we'll
Yeah,
get
we-
back to it.
He
We
starts
scared
writing it. He stops running at that point. He's like, you don't have to embellish it, so you know, like, I want it to be a factual account.
I thought you were a
that part's
historian.
real.
Embellish? What do you mean?
Yeah, right? Like the greatest historians ever embellished.
Oh, he sees that you guys actually believe what you say because it did in fact happen, and
Yeah,
it
I'll
leads him to be
flash
quite genuinely impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll flash him the hilt to my sword. See this?
Yeah.
See?
Shit.
Fine dragon bone.
All right. His demeanor goes to surprise, and from surprise it goes to paranoia. He now looks upon you as if you actually might be a threat. He just thought that you were a bunch of country bumpkins out hunting big deer, but you're real certified fucking dragon slayers, and that that puts this diplomacy in a whole different perspective from his point of view.
Yeah, he doesn't hold
he
all the
stops-
cards anymore.
Exactly, and he stops being friendly. But perhaps mercifully, he turns away from journalism and more towards business. And he shows you his stock and their prices, all displayed on a Tensor's floating disc, which floats 30 feet above you, because that's how powerful he is. His Tensor's floating discs don't float 5 feet off the ground.
Oh.
A wand of magic missiles would be pretty handy.
That ring of fire protection, though.
Bag of
Oh my
holding.
god, that. Oh, that Cape at the Monte Bank, though. That's a non-spellcasting rogue's wet dream right there.
I don't remember that item.
It's a free dimension door.
It's
Oh,
more, you say, "Mwah," and then
Yeah.
disappear in a puff of smoke.
It's
That's
great.
literally what happens. It's one of the best items that you get.
Like, a bag of holding would be nice too.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
Mega holding? Oh, it does.
We
I might
could,
go and get a drink while you guys review this.
yeah, we might want to.
How much
Okay,
money do we have?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think we might be able to pool together 1,000, maybe even 2,000.
We
but I don't
have
think
we
can
have
go
1,000
further than
in
that.
the party wealth.
Plus some dragon hide if you'd be interested in that.
We
What-
could probably
did-
potentially trade that for like the Monty Bank Cape, probably
you-
anything short of the Ring of Shooting Stars. Go ahead.
Dev, did you when you put down your deposit for the plate, did that come from the party wealth or from personal? Not that
That
I'm.
came from my personal.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Yeah, because we have 1,000 gold in the party wealth.
Yeah, I have 25 gold on me.
Yeah, I'm
Still are
at 600.
25 platinum on me.
Oh, you're nice.
Unless
Okay.
someone's sitting on a massive sum of gold, or if we're able to just raid whatever
I have
Thalawain's gold would have been.
Now,
We
We
have
got that gold fair and square.
all our trade goods are back at home too, or back in Shadowdale as well, I think. 'Cause we haven't got
Yeah,
anything with
that's
yeah, I
us.
don't think we have.
If we do put the 1,000 gold down, what are we getting, and who are we getting it for? So you got the Wand of Magic Missiles, the Parapet of Health, and the Ring of Fire Protection.
Parapet of health, I think we can forego, because right, that's just like disease suppressant, and we have a whole
Yeah.
bunch of lesser restos.
Yeah, I got lesser restoration. We're good.
I mean, does it protect against lycanthropy? Maybe?
Do you want to save yourself against lycanthropy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so if we get the Periapt, we won't give it to Luna. Contracting any disease, it says.
It's if you count lycanthropy as a disease or not.
Is it a disease or is it a curse?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, fair
both
enough.
from my understanding of it. But
I mean, I can do combination of lesser restoration and remove curse.
So,
I mean, that's
Wand of Magic Missiles and Arctic, you have slightly different rules for the way charges work on it. It's just what a flat one charge a day, right?
I
he's
believe it
getting a
is.
drink,
With
that's
him.
right.
He's AFK. Yeah. The one of magic missiles was 4,000 gold though.
Mhm.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Well,
fire
fire
resistance.
would be for someone else.
Yeah, you're gonna get that on your own, but I would absolutely be okay with it. I'm sure Luna would be okay with it. fuck, any of us can use that. That's a good thing to have.
Right.
That's a good filler magic item for now. Until we
Yeah.
get our slots up. Or attunement slots.
Again, I really wouldn't mind the bag of holding, but like,
That's 5,000, man.
I know,
We'd
I know.
we'd have to see if you wanted to buy any of this dragon skin in exchange.
I mean,
Yeah, he will buy your dragon skin. Yeah.
Did we bring it with us? That's the other question.
Guess not.
I think
I guess it's how heavy is it? The other. We split up between the 5 of us.
I don't know if we're carrying around that much. It's probably back with our cart and all our shit in
Yeah.
safekeeping.
Yeah,
So-
logically that's where it'd be.
At this point, then it's we either go the ring or the periapt. I think that's all we can manage, unless we want to part with gear that we have with us. And I think all we have is weapons and armor and gold, basically.
I'll hand up, hold the bottle of fireflies. Not fireflies, the mosquitoes.
Quiet you.
ooh,
He offers you 100 gold for them.
You 200? I mean, this is super rare, one of a kind.
He tries to
Talking about the
identify it,
mosquito?
and when he can't, and he does the detect magic, and when he can't, he gives you 200. What is this?
What
I have
about-
never seen anything like it.
No idea.
Idea.
What about a map to where you can find more of this?
There are more? Well, you must have
Uh.
gathered it from somewhere. Yes, I will give you 50 gold pieces for directions to this locale.
Not so
How
fast.
far
I
is
think that might be worth a lot more than that.
How far?
Not too far. We came there 2 nights ago?
I think just last night, wasn't it?
It was last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you know, but yeah, just in case. My mistake. You fooled me. You see, you fooled me. I failed my inside check. Yeah. So you start discussing it among it. An extra 100 gold. A total of 300 for the jar and the map.
That sounds fair to me.
I think we can get so much more for that.
yeah.
Well, it's still gonna be there. It's not gonna take it all.
Yeah, you will. Have you ever met a wizard?
How desperate is he for this?
Very interested, but there is a point at which he will consider being insulted. And if he does become insulted, then he may just pack up his cricket bat and go home, leaving you with no chance to negotiate for the items. You can probably push him a little bit further, but as I said, there will be a point where he simply snaps.
I think 300 gold is more than reasonable.
I think that's realistically that's probably worth more in the 5 to like 1,000 range. But if we don't want to push it further, I'm fine with that.
I mean, I wouldn't mind rounding it to 500.
500 for the sample and the map.
Alright,
Yeah.
how about this? I'll give you this for the Ring of Fire Protection and 500 gold. Well, I'll pay 500 gold.
Yes, you are the bearer of the jar. I shall make the deal with you.
So half price for the ring?
Try.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He gets the halfling to climb down, grab the jar, land over the ring, and so on and so forth. He doesn't actually get down from his palanquin himself.
Of course he doesn't.
Because that's
Fucking
the
red wizards.
halfling's going to do the work. All they're good for. Manservants. They make great manservants. Half manservants.
The party of humans breaks out a racist chuckle there. It's like a freeze frame to the end of an episode.
So he's satisfied and he's willing to trade further if you have other business.
I think that's about all we can afford here.
Yeah, as much as I want a bag of holding, that's more than I got.
Yeah, we should have saved our cash, but spend it.
I mean, hey, I'm working on getting full plate, so
It's worth it.
Mhm.
managed to get it for half off.
Yeah.
Well,
Lunar
he
managed it.
encourages you to buy his book when it is written, A Journey into the West. His name again is Valparicus, a name that you will no doubt become familiar with when he becomes a best-selling author. The elephant and the garage disappears into the distance. And Nix comes back with a kill. Nix has a lovely rabbit, and Nix is eating this all by herself. So, herself. Nix is eating it all by herself, and so there you go. Like, it's lovely and it's very tasty and juicy. It's the best rabbit she's ever had, and no, you can't have any. So don't ask.
You get a fluffy rabbit. Huh? You get a fluffy rabbit there, Nix.
She's not looking at you. She's looking over in that direction. There's something over there.
Your dog is so petty, I love it.
Yep.
Honestly, one of the best NPCs in this campaign is just Luna's wolf.
Yeah. I mean, probably the only good person in the party.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're
I'm
not very
a
good
firm
people.
neutral here. Okay.
I firmly identify as murder hobo.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
that's fair.
let the ogre live.
We let the ogre live and we let the one Zentarum guy go free.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I pushed hard on both of those two. Oh, Luna, are we gonna have are we gonna have just Luna hang on to that fire resistance, or does we want to split that out anywhere else?
She paid for it. She can make the decision.
Yeah. I'll hold on.
Oh, did you pay for it on your own cash?
Yeah, I paid for my own.
Oh, absolutely, all yours then.
Alright, on to the ranches then, huh?
Okay, you're reaching the point now between three different environments. Most of you wouldn't notice the transition. Maybe it's a little rougher, maybe there's a few more trees, maybe there's less farmland, but to most of you, seamless. But someone like Luna, and in fact, maybe even to all of you, after all, you are all trained in survival. And one of the key aspects of survival is noticing when you're going from one biome to another. It's no use foraging for mushrooms if you're in a plain land where they don't grow. And the three biomes that you're converging on right now are the farmlands of the Shadowdale settled area, grazing country for sheep and so on. Cormanthor, the ancient elven forest whose capital used to be Mithranor, and the Dagger Hill, a hilly, rough country that separates Shadowdale from Daggerdale and is notorious for wild beasts and werewolves. So it's really through these three different environments on the edge of them that you find yourself and that you'll be traveling. Devi, roll 5d4.
God.
Oh man, that means new encounter table, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now roll a d100.
Uh-oh. $100 dome.
So it's about this point where you start venturing off the road, or perhaps where you're about to venture off the road. Is there a particular point at which you decide, okay, this is it, we're going into the forest? Like, what is it that sets the decision? Is it a trail? Is it the absence of a trail? A river? A sign from God? What is it?
My vote would be for, once there's woods on both sides, the first game trail heading in Cavalier Ranch's direction.
Everyone happy with Luna's
I-
advice?
Luna knows the lay of the land here, so sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds fine.
perfect. Alright, Luna, so you're following this game trail, probably laid by deer or wild goats. And after following it for half a mile, you begin to question that assessment. This is a trail used by humans or humanoids as well. You can see because there are machete slash marks where they've cut back a couple of trees here and there. It's mostly a game trail, but it's a ranger trail as well. And this ranger trail leads towards a small shack, like a one-bedroom shack that sits up near a waterfall alongside a couple of hills. You guys are approaching along the forest trail relatively quietly, and so as a result, whoever is the scout, I'll presume it's Luna, but it need not be. Whoever is the scout sees up ahead a burly fella. This guy, 6'3", shoulders like a football forward, and he's out there hoeing away in his terrace farm, doing a bit of agriculture in his garden.
Do I see any distinguishing features on him?
Make a perception check.
Oh,
No, he's a big dude, and he's got no shirt on. Built like a brick shit house, out there doing a bit of hoeing.
I think Luna would just get up and say hello, whatever the courtesy is for approaching a homestead.
Yeah. All right. Luna heads out there, and you look over to. You call out to him, and he looks down at you. Gets a bit agitated or edgy immediately, the way you might when you live by yourself out in the wilds. How you doing there? He says, and you notice that he has small tusks coming out of from underneath the bottom jaw. He's got dirty white skin, a little bit sallow, kind of like his skin is all covered in bruises. But big, heavy jaw and some slight tusks. It looks more or less human, but not quite. What brings you down here?
I'm just following the trails, just doing some hunting. You know how it is. Looking for some game. I'll leave you land alone, though, don't worry. Hello?
Okay. Can you not hear me? Is it not picking up my voice?
Yeah, I didn't hear you there.
You was cut out.
Are you alone?
I got a few companions further down the trail. Just a small group.
Do you think this land, don't you?
What was that?
You humans, you just think you can walk wherever the hell you want. You can just walk straight through a man's yard like you own the place. Oh, you own the whole bloody world, don't you? Your civilization, it's dominant. You get to do what you want, don't you? That's the way you feel.
Hey, this is your land, man. I didn't know it was yours.
I didn't see
Just
no
traveling.
fence.
Yeah.
Go. Look at you. You don't even look like you're from around here. You're some foreigner. Come around here. Just take my bloody land. Oh, you did it to the elves. You do it to everyone. You drove the dwarves out. You ain't got no respect for no race but your own.
I'm gonna kind of think about that because he's right,
Yeah.
but I don't want to piss him off more.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna argue with him here. I think we
Hey,
can-
I'll leave, man. I don't mean any harm. I just wanted to say hello, see how the crops are coming in. I've just been on the
You
road.
can tell
for a
me
while.
how to grow my crops better. I suppose your farm's better than mine.
I mean, a little
All
bit.
your human techniques that you stole from other cultures and used for your own, make your own people better at everyone else's expense. Go on,
Hey,
well, tell me how to farm. Why don't you? Tell me how I should grow my crops. Tell me how I should live my life.
tell him how to irrigate his farm properly and rotate the fields. You don't want to grow beans all the time. You want to grow beans like once every 4 years. Some weed every now and then. It aerates the soil if you don't switch it out.
You think you're so smart, don't you? With your education and your big words.
She feels really happy. No one's ever called her smart before. Yeah, I'm pretty smart. You're right. Yeah.
I don't think we intend any disrespect, naturally. We're just trying to pass through these woods. So if it's such a
Don't worry about it. You see, when you're being patronized and you don't realize it, that's the thing about racism. You don't know that you're doing it. It's just deeply ingrained into who you are. You can't help yourselves.
Just
Human
like you can't help
superiority.
yourself either.
Oh, what's that? What's your problem? You
Well,
don't
it's
like
not-
the way I live?
It's not my fault you were born an orc.
You
No,
don't
you're
like my
not.
tusks?
No, they're kind of gross.
Oh,
you-
Hell.
why I order? And he shakes his hoe at you.
I think we'd best be going here.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bother you. I'll pull out, as I'm starting to leave, I'll pull out a ration and leave it kind of by his doorstep and just leave.
He gives you a curtsy. Oh, thank you, madame, thank you. I should bow down and lick your boots now.
You really want to? I mean, it's good land, but it's not that good.
Oh, I cannot help myself because I am but a half-blood. I cannot help myself. Your superior boots. I just want to serve you, my lady. It's my destiny, you see. Don't you think
No,
like
you-
that, don't you? You see me and that's what you think of me. You just think of me as a laborer. Oh, he couldn't do nothing with his life. He'd be useful for manual work and nothing else. You'd never be able to teach a man like that. I know how you think.
I think you're living the dream, man. You got your own place out here, no one around. So all this land to yourself? Perfect.
A persuasion roll at advantage. Oh, there you go again, patronizing me. You just can't help yourself, can you? Go on, why don't you get out of here before I pick up me crossbow?
Have a nice day. Look over to
You're
Nix.
so
and he's just
polite.
Pooping on his yard. It's like, Nix, get over here. Stop it.
You know, Nyx would have bit him and no one would have thought her bad for it.
She left.
She
him
can
for
say a lot of bad things about man, but he can't say anything bad about dogs.
It's a wolf.
What's a puppy?
So,
Well, it's a long day, and you don't make as good time traveling through the forest as you would through the road. But we have some experienced hands. And Luna, do you have the ability that doesn't slow you down in
yeah.
the terrain? Yeah, cool. I assumed that you would. What's that roll that we just rolled? A 44?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all in all, you make pretty good progress through the hills. You set off early in the morning from the mosquito camp. You meet with the Red Wizard. A little before lunchtime, you venture off into the forest, and yeah, you get a good 15 or 20 miles into the forest, putting you somewhere in the vicinity, at least, of Cavalier Ranches.
As we're moving through this forest,
yeah.
Arctic, sorry, would I be able to keep an
Yeah.
eye out for any markings in the camp, or like signs that like a hobgoblin party has moved through these parts? Marking trees for, say, directions, things like good game in this area for food, sort of. You know how you might leave like a symbol to indicate that there's like a bountiful game here, or like there are dangerous plants here, something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess it's an investigation roll. Sorry, what was that?
Some ranger or druid markings.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who wants to can, I guess, make an investigation. Perception, I suppose, is just as good.
Oh, I'll take perception then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have an 8.
Sure. Nothing that relates to hobgoblins or bandits or thieves or even the Zentarum, but there are things that relate to elves. Debbie finds some ancient elven markings that indicate that these trees once were home to a great elven nation. Evidence that there used to be settlements here, bridges between the trees above you, and tree houses and the like. Small stone outcroppings that would have served as defensive positions and trading outposts, perhaps with humans, as trade gradually increased with humans with the rise of Mithranor. So there's a lot of evidence, Debbie, that the elves were here once upon a time. Can you read Elven, Debbie?
I don't believe so. Let me double check.
I can if she can.
All right. Well,
No.
Luna, you're there when you tend to be nearby when she's finding this evidence, and you were able to translate it. It translates something as land of bounty, more or less, and it indicates that these are Elven society, and isn't exactly like ours. It's a lot more communal. This would be one great big forest where everyone could freely pick of the vine. It doesn't actually belong to anyone; it belongs to everyone. As if when you go from town to town in human society, imagine that all of the roads are paved with apple trees, and you can just take the apple tree as you like. That's kind of what this area is like. It's a transitionary point in between villages, but they've purposefully planted it with lots of fruits and vegetables to allow you to harvest as you come and go. That's all very interesting and all very good and well, but Luna, you also find much more recent markings that are also made in the Elven language. These markings are only, in some cases, less than a month old. In other cases, but at most less than a year old. They've come in and carved icons into the tree. Only these aren't invitations to take of the bounty. Rather, these are what sort of markers? How would you describe them? Waypoint markers and directional markers. It doesn't say where they lead to, but it does tell you that around about 25 miles to the east of here is where it lies.
Guys want to go on a little side trip?
What for what?
I don't know. There's elvish markings here, pointing that direction, about 25 miles.
Perhaps once we finish up our business at the Cavalier Ranches.
Yep.
We're done with
fair.
that. We're gonna want to make a break back to try to get back to Dagger Falls as soon as we can, or the tower. That's right.
Well, it's an interesting thought, actually. If we are pursued out of the ranches, maybe we could cut east and try to lose our pursuers in Comanthor before making our way back to town.
Yeah, possible.
Worth a
I
shot.
don't know if that's.
Gotta be hard getting horses through here.
I mean, we're not supposed to. We're not necessarily supposed to, like, capture the horses. The job told us to free the horses, but if we brought a bunch of them back to Shadowdale, they'll be returned to rightful
There's a
owners and
bounty.
whatnot.
Yeah,
That's-
there's
yeah.
gold in that.
Yeah, I'll share the bounty.
Was it 100 gold ahead? 20 gold ahead?
25 for a horse, yeah.
25?
And I think
Yeah.
we can also turn in captured Zentarum too, for bounty gold.
You say something now.
Oh, I mean, although I think that is over in the Dagger Falls rather than down in.
Yeah,
Down
and it's
And I have no mind to lug prisoners back that way.
it's also pretty paltry for what is the basic one? Fangs? Yeah, fangs. That Viper, maybe. If we turn in his mace, we can probably collect that bounty.
Weren't you a Viper, Flip?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Worth
Of
what,
course he
100 gold?
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'm
Bring
just
it.
kidding.
I gotta side with him. I'm a godparent now, so.
That's right. Oh my god.
So looking at our map, Arctic, are we able to discern how far we are from the ranches?
Mm. $20
Yeah, alright.
another day's travel.
Another day, okay.
I think we set up kind of a stealth encampment here and then take a day or two just to poke around the edges of it and get essentially scope the place out a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
before we get back and try to make any big decisions.
Yeah, I want to try and get a good lay of the place. Perhaps come up with a top-down map of the ranch
Mm.
and see what our
if we
best
can't
approach
get,
might be.
Some military intelligence.
Mm. Alright, here might be a good place to set up camp then, and then push in another day, and then scope it out. Have we still got a bit of light left with us, Arctic?
Yeah, yeah,
Are there any tree houses that are left? More or
yeah.
less?
Definitely. You have to do a bit of climbing, but yeah, you can. There's tree houses.
Oh shit. Elven tree houses.
It beats setting up camp.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll try climbing up there and lowering a rope for everyone else to climb up.
Take my grappling hook if you want.
Oh, perfect.
They've deteriorated with time, and in fact, they haven't been inhabited for more than 20 years. But they were built to last. Elves don't build things if they don't intend them to last 100 years. And so it's just like an old oak deck that has begun to rot at the edges. But yeah, it's still sturdy. And the bounty, right? The grapes and the apples and the high forest high strawberries. It's all grown wild. Once a garden, it's returned to nature, but the bounty of the forest is there for the picking.
Well, watch your step, but there's plenty of food up here. As long as you like your fruits and veggies.
I think that's a welcome change of pace.
Yeah, this will work.
Okay, so as you settle down for the night up in your tree-high locale, Dahlia, roll 5d4.
5d4.
And a d100, please. Right. Do we have any what is the what does our camp look like? Do we have a fire?
I don't think we'd have a fire at this point,
I
honestly.
don't think we'd have a fire up a tree, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
put
that's
up a
best fit.
tree.
You could though. It's not impossible, particularly with your survival. I could build a fire up a tree, I reckon. But anyway, but it doesn't seem particularly likely. Is anything else about your camp? I suppose you just try to remain hidden, right? That's the whole point of these tree houses, is that they're invisible from beneath. That's why they built them.
If we're not having a fire tonight, I'll cast Dark Vision before I begin the long rest.
Oh yeah, take a class 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
All right. You gonna watch all night, or you're gonna get some rest? You'll be exhausted if you don't.
Yeah, I'll get some rest, but I'll take like the middle 4 hours of watch.
I'll
Good.
take a couple hours of watch and be able to see by casting light.
So there'll be a glowing light during
Yeah,
your
let's-
watch. That'll compromise the
No lights.
No lights. All right.
staring off into the darkness. There's no starlight either because of the canopy. You know, it blocks all of the stars and the moon. Dahlia, do you take watch?
Suppose so. Not sure who else might want to.
Well, Dahlia, it's while you're on watch that you hear a not discreet sound. When animals travel through the forest, they tend to do it quietly. It's instinct. Whether they're predators or whether they're prey, they tend to be quiet. Whatever this isn't quiet. People are often not quiet. This doesn't sound like a people. Maybe it's multiple. Who knows? But you do hear the sounds of something moving through the underbrush, and it doesn't seem to care about the fact that it's quite loud. Moving at about walking pace.
Does it seem like the sound is coming closer?
Probably, yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming to you, but it does. Yeah, sounds like it's probably coming.
I'd probably. Yeah, I think I'd wake Razul at this point. Wake my father.
Alright.
Huh.
I'd shake him awake. Say, Dad, Dad,
Hmm.
there's there's something out there. I can hear something moving. Seems like it's coming closer.
Razul, you suddenly come into consciousness, right? And you realize that you're not lying on a blanket on the sands of Anarok. You're 35 fucking feet up a tree. And on a rotten platform, in the wind and in the rain. Like, it's only light rain, but it is windy, and it is dripping. And holy shit, if you just like roll 1.5 times in your left direction, you will fall to your death.
Take a moment to look around and to make out what I can in the light of the moon or whatever. And yeah, just I think to myself, this is bullshit. And kind of snapping back to reality, coming out of my sleep. Something is approaching.
Loud,
beneath-
crash. Sounds
beneath
like a
that.
dinosaur, you know. No, it's not that loud. But it is. You remember when you had that wolf dragging the cart? It's about that volume.
Okay.
But yeah.
There's something out there. It doesn't sound like an animal. Whatever it is not being subtle.
Does this treehouse have like windows, openings, and it's into?
Calling it a treehouse is generous. It's more like a platform.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And in what direction is this? Does this thing sound like it's coming from or approaching from?
That way? We'll call it northwest.
Northwest. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
And it sounds something
Yeah.
large. Well, in this darkness, I can't see much, daughter. Let us pray that whatever it is cannot smell us, and if it can, let us pray that it cannot climb.
I might be able to solve that. The issue of lighting. About how far up off the ground are we?
I think you
What'd
said
you
like
say?
35 feet.
About
Okay,
35
that's
feet.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, perhaps not then. I only have a 30-foot range on this. Well, I'll explain that I can make objects glow with light. So if there's I could like strip off a little piece of bark from this tree and toss it down there. It might illuminate whatever is making that noise, but it would also reveal us, of course.
I'm loath to try it, but why don't you... I'm gonna begrudgingly, like... I pull out an arrow. You touch the tip, and I'll fire it down into the ground.
Alright, good idea. I'll wait until he's ready to shoot, and then I'll tap the tip of the arrow
So I would
it glows.
like to knock my Pegasus longbow with an arrow, and then train it in the direction of this noise. And then give a nod to my daughter, and then loose the arrow. Just vaguely in that direction. To try and get a beat on perhaps what it might be.
And it's an illuminated arrow? Is that correct?
So the light cantrip is going onto the tip of the arrow, and I'm then firing the arrow down into the underbrush.
Right. Make an attack roll at disadvantage. I understand what you're trying to do. You're not trying to hit it, but just to see if you're able to get in the vicinity of it.
Sure.
Double crit.
This would be an excellent time to waste a 2020.
It's a 10.
Yeah, that's within the vicinity. The pair of you can make fresh perception checks. All right.
Use my inspiration. I want to make sure I see whatever it is.
Okay.
There we go.
Brilliant. Alright, so Razul, what you see is a hulking armored figure, far bigger than a man, but a single creature that is trying to shield itself from the brightness of the light. Dahlia, you get a good look at this thing. It would probably stand 10 or 11 feet tall if it wasn't hunched over at 9 feet tall. It's dressed in piecemeal armor, patches of chainmail and plates and shields that serve as shoulder pads, stuff like that, just everything clunking together into one great armored mess. It carries a large battle axe, a great axe in your hands, and a shield on the other side, a tower shield that it practically uses as a buckler. It's huge. And it's now become quite cautious. It was just traipsing through the forest, but it's now kneeled down and adopted a bit of a defensive position, like some sort of trained warrior. Its eyes have no irises or pupils. They're just pure black, just black balls. Its skin is green and warty, and its mouth is several rows of shark-like teeth. It has a long set of black dreadlocks that it has tied behind the back of its head in a ponytail, and the creature carries a satchel that appears to be mostly empty. There's no bulge in that satchel. Do you have nature?
Not trained, no.
No. Okay, cool. You can make a nature check anyway. Some things are not uncommon knowledge. Any idea what it might be?
Out of character? No.
All
It's
right.
like an armored lizard man. I don't know.
It's a big looking lizard man. A big lizard man. And it doesn't have a reptilian face. It's got a long pointy nose, vaguely humanoid. Whatever the creature is, it adopts a low stance and calls out to you in Dwarven. Do you understand the Dwarven language?
I don't.
All right, Rizal.
No, I don't speak Dwarvish either.
Okay, so it speaks something, and it calls it out loudly. Anyone who is asleep can make a Constitution saving throw, DC 10. On a pass, you'll wake up.
Oh, well. Wait.
You guys are assholes for not waking us up.
Yeah, come on.
Such a fresh night, such a good, rich forest food. You guys are just sleeping on through this. So he calls out to you in Dwarven, but you don't reply. Do any of you speak Undercommon? You pair.
No.
No.
He tries a different language, doesn't work. How do you act after this? Do you just hold your position and say nothing still?
I think seeing this thing, I would choose to wake up Flint, because I've got no idea what the fuck this is. So I kind of shuffle over quietly, and I'm gonna wake Flint up, but I want to like kind of place a palm over the mouth. Hoping...
I'm pretty scared of it, so I'm not gonna
Rizal,
say anything.
I wouldn't stab him.
Rizal, make a stealth roll at advantage.
Well, stealth roll with advantage, very good.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can see at the edge of the light, he's still looking down in the bushes. He hasn't even glanced upward yet.
So like, palm over Flint's mouth, I kind of like gently wake him up, and then with the other hand, like bring the index finger over the lips, and then kind of point with the thumb down to the northwest, and beckon Flint to come take a look.
Do I hear it's murmuring? Because I do speak Dwarvish.
Do you speak Undercommon though? Because it's not speaking Dwarven now.
Nope, I do not.
Alright, you don't understand what it says then. But it tries a third language. Does anyone speak Giant?
Nope.
Okay, now it gets frustrated, and you all hear it. You all get woken up because it's getting shitty now, and it starts chopping at the woods and the trees, just hacking down, small trees. It's quite clearly gone from defensive to agitated, and now it's speaking in the giant tongue. Does anyone speak giant?
No.
Dwarvish and Draconic.
I would like to do something.
Okay, alright. So he's out there mowing the lawn. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a packet of rations or something solid. We'll call it my cup from my mess kit, and I am going to absolutely fucking baseball hurl that in the other direction, and kind of like get my weapon ready. I guess that's like a better term here.
Sure. So you're trying to make a deception check advantage. Yeah, misdirection. That's it. Cool. Deception at advantage. Yeah, misdirection. That's the perfect one.
Ugh.
Okay. He looks over there, and then he calls out in Dwarven in that direction. Elves. I mean, you no harm, elves.
What language is he speaking in?
He's in
Dwarven.
Dwarvish.
I'll say something in Elvish. Just kind of like,
Man.
what would I say? Who are you? Trying to kind of throw my voice a little bit.
Excellent. Trying to throw your voice. You can make a deception check as well, but not an advantage.
5.
He looks up towards the trees, but not. He looks sort of straight at you, but then looks in a different direction and then a different direction. So he got it right the first time, but didn't see you. but now he's looking up the trees. And he speaks in Dwarven again. Sorry, elves, I do not speak your fair tongue. I mean you no harm.
I'm
does
gonna
this
call
guy
out in Dwarven. Be like, no elves here. I'm gonna
He
sound as
straightens
gi-
up a little. Keep going.
Let's try to sound as like gianty as possible, for lack of a better term.
Make a performance check.
Oh boy.
Just
Oh,
us
no.
giants.
The smallest giant there ever was.
His voice cracks.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there were halflings here.
Oh fuck, dude.
I mean you no harm. I am just an innocent traveler. I am looking for work. Have you any work for a mercenary?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Kill the Zentarum.
We'll get to that. We'll get there.
You said that in Dwarven?
Yeah,
No,
I'll say
this-
that. Corbin.
Oh god.
Oh. Oh, kill the Zentarum? I suppose I had thought to find the Zentarum. I have heard that they are hiring.
We
But
pay
you're
better.
also hiring. And
Yeah, right. We pay better.
You pay. Good. I do not make much in demand. I wish only for 10 pounds of fresh meat, a cask of ale, and a coin of gold every day.
What about 20 pounds of meat, fresh water, and 2 gold a day?
It must be.
Okay.
I wish to get drunk.
with the gold, you can buy your own ale.
Oh man.
I do not understand.
That was in Dwarvish.
What kind of giant is this? 'Cause I'm so sure this is a giant. Is this a hill giant?
It is a green-skinned troll.
Oh, it's a troll?
An armored troll. The troll's armor, by the way, is nailed into his flesh. Like he's gotten these big fucking 9-inch nails and spikes, and just driven them through plates of steel, and then attached them to him, and then welded them onto his skin. It's.
I mean,
It's just regenerated over it. That's crazy.
Troll.
Yeah.
Oh man.
just
you can weld it because that might be fire damage.
yeah, but that's how you keep it in. That's how you seal it in there. Like otherwise, the regeneration just pops it out eventually. You've got to burn it in there to get to make it permanent.
What are you guys saying? What does it want?
It wants to get drunk, and it wants to work for the Zentarum. I say we just, honestly, like, we send it the other direction.
And do what? How?
Different idea. Do we want to kill it?
I don't really see the gain in it.
It's an abomination.
I mean, and it would keep it from joining the Zentarum.
Mission. Wish to buy a castle. I will save my gold piece every day until I have enough to buy a castle.
Okay, like, this sounds kind of like murder? I hesitate to use that term, but it speaks 3 languages. How many of you guys can say you speak 3 languages?
I speak 4.
I speak 3. 4.
The entire party says us.
It asks us for a job, and you guys are like, let's kill it.
I can't
Hey,
understand
I'm willing to give it a job.
It's so tempting to use heat metal on a troll, like fire damage that it can't get away from on a troll.
Only if you admit first that you guys are murder hobos.
Why don't we bring
Okay,
it into our service and use it to assault the ranchers? You wanted a distraction,
Yeah, but-
Flint. Here it is.
Yeah, I think this is our distraction, yeah. I mean, okay, so, like, you know, we gotta tell it how to apply to the Zentarum, though, right? Because they only hire expert warriors.
Wait,
I see where you're going.
Hired?
Yeah, okay, so we can't hire you, but we can tell you how to join the Zentarum.
But there was an army of goblins and orcs and trolls that were gathering, and I wish to join.
Okay, you have to go kill it's complicated, but the more of them you kill, the more you get paid because
That
they
is not
only hire
complicated.
the hire the best warriors. How else would you prove you're the best warrior? You kill the most.
I understand. So I am to kill as many Zentarum. And what shall I do? Do I collect their heads?
Yes.
In a pile, yes.
And whoever has the biggest pile gets a job.
Yes.
Yes.
And ale. Lots, as much as you can drink.
Yeah.
Leading this negotiation is I think at this point we make a deception check. But I'm not actually sure if that's the recruitment process. I don't think it
damn
is.
it.
Giving you
Can I use my inspiration on that?
Oh, no, you can't give away inspiration, unfortunately. But you can give advantage.
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I'll
deception.
give him
11.
and can I guidance?
Right. He is a canny little troll, so he will get +2 to his insight check.
Yeah.
This seems to be reasonable. I shall gather the largest mountain of Zentarum skulls the world has ever seen, and they shall name me captain.
Before you go, do you know which way it is?
No,
Do I know which way it is?
Yeah, we know which way
no.
it is, right?
Can you guess? We've got we're
We're going
on
there
our
tomorrow.
map.
We could show you in the morning. Just you can sleep at the base of our tree here. We'll show you in the daylight.
Yes, I demonstrate to you, lords of the Zentarum, that I am worthy to join your army.
Yes.
What did you do with the elves?
We sold them.
Yes.
Have any elf? Have you any elf flesh remaining? I hunger.
We're out
No
of
elf flesh, but
Oh, Sorry.
I'll throw down like 5 packs of the lamb meat.
Yeah, we have goat, but no elf. We just finished it.
To believe that the lords of the Zentarum dined only on elf meat.
Well, it wasn't only
Oh.
elf meat. We had some onions.
Elf is getting scarce.
I think that that's a stereotype. Sometimes I prefer human flesh. Sometimes even orc flesh, or feeling really out there, some goblin or some troll.
You should not eat goblin. It will make you sick.
Just a little bit though. It's like seasoning, you know. Just
Yeah,
a
you
little
just
bit
need
for
to know how to
flavor.
prep it right. Gotta make sure
Fucking
not to
Luna.
hit the stomach. It's like the little bit on the arm. Perfect.
You must teach me.
Uh,
I am Arkosh, and I will be a legend. You will see. You will see how many heads I harvest.
I'm looking forward to it. You can call
Oh
me
my
Luna.
god.
And the high pitched one is Flint.
Is he a halfling?
No, he's kind of a short though.
Oh.
Their meat is fat but tender.
Agreed.
Oh my god. This is the best NPC ever. And you guys just wanted to kill him.
Like, you said that like 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
I shall defend your treehouse from any elves, and if I harvest them, we shall share the meat.
That's a deal.
You're welcome to keep the meat. We're for now.
You are generous masters. What of my gold coin? I must buy my castle.
I will some gold.
He is happy. He is happy.
Don't forget the signing bonus. I'll throw over 2 more gold coins.
You are generous masters.
Hmm.
Puts them in his big sack.
Uh,
Alright, and he stands guard. Yeah, he stands guard throughout the night.
What exactly? Have you reached some sort of accord? What is happening here? It is just standing there.
Yes.
in the
No.
morning, we're gonna point it to the ranches, and it's gonna go collect the largest pile of Zentarum skulls it can.
What the fuck are you people doing?
It wanted to
It,
convince
yeah, it wants to join the Zentarum, so I told it that the way you do that is by collecting the largest pile of Zentarum. You kill enough of their soldiers, they were
you-
poor soldiers. You better.
and
That's how you get the job.
it believed you.
It's not very smart.
Yes.
But you'll see in the morning, it nailed metal to its skin.
This like I'm just like wide-eyed, jaw dropped, like looking at the, like glancing at Luna, then Flint, then Devi, back to Luna, like. And you expect me
I
to
kinda-
sleep with this thing at the bottom of our tree? What?
Yeah, dude, it's guarding the tree.
Yeah, we could sleep good now.
Like, wizards would honestly pay good money for this. They would pay a gold barrel, a cask of ale, and like 10 pounds of elf meat a day.
Elf meat? What?
Don't worry about it.
They'll
Wait,
also
love it.
halfling meat, and sometimes he.
This is insanity.
Yeah,
This is Daggerdale's.
This
the
is-
Dale
this
shit.
is Death Wish, bitch.
We have a saying here called "The enemy of my enemy is my friend."
Or just, the fool I can convince that my enemy is their enemy.
That's true.
All right, well I don't like it, but if it ends up
You know,
collecting,
like a lot.
Yeah, you're right. If it ends up collecting a pile of Zentarum skulls, I suppose that's better for us in the long run. But I still.
Well-
Mm,
If nothing else, it's a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're quite ready to, like, do our raid, but I suppose that is a good point.
if all right,
Just
well,
have someone bring it around in the woods for a couple of days and run it in circles. Just, troll wrangle, for lack of a better term.
That seems like a perfect job for you, Flint.
I was honestly afraid you would say that, but you're fucking right.
if you intend to set it loose in the ranches as a distraction, maybe we can use that time to scope the place out. We can look to see how they might respond to an attack, where the guards come out from, etc.
Here's my thought: is I go distract the troll out and around for a day or so. Let you guys scout it, get a game plan of what to do with it.
Perhaps you would do well then to cover your tattoos and insignia. If it somehow recognizes that you are a Zentarum, I feel like its pile might start with your skull.
Oh yeah, I mean,
No, he's the person hiring him.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I'm gonna show him how to get hired.
This doesn't make
Just
any.
don't say that too loud, all right?
I chuckle
think
in like
it's
disbelief.
I'm gonna stay. My idea is essentially I'm gonna stay in the trees and just pray to God my +3 on deception is gonna be enough. If not, I brought along alchemist fire just in case.
Then I will do my best to sleep easy with
If it
this thing.
comes to that, like it's gonna fry in its armor, it's fine.
Yeah.
Give you all an uneasy look before trying in vain to return to sleep.
Oh.
I'm give you like a sweet innocent look back.
Yeah, it's like I was kind of shocked. It's like,
Yeah.
what other ideas did we have?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a good one, but I think we save it for the distraction right when we want to go steal the when we want to go steal the things. Then we have essentially a suicide bomber, and
Maybe it doesn't even need to be a suicide. Just saying.
it doesn't, but
Yeah,
they're definitely gonna kill it if a troll shows up and kills people. Like, let's be real here.
They're gonna try to kill it.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Zentarum don't. Well, I have They might have a
They
bane
do
knight.
have trolls, but if one shows up and starts killing their dudes, it's like, whose troll is this?
Mhm.
I just out of character.
Your troll?
I love the idea of him like rocking up, being like, "Hire me, give me a job," and then he just like takes someone's head and then keeps.
I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
Just both.
Let me through to the 2nd
I'm
round of
supposed to
interviews.
collect your skulls to get a job with you. It would only work if it was a fucking troll, man.
This
Or an ogre, or maybe a hill giant.
An ogre or a hill giant too, maybe, yeah. But troll. This is the
Yeah,
perfect thing
troll's
for a
definitely
troll.
the best.
I mean, we're trolling him with a troll. Let's be honest.
We're trolling. He's right.
They see me troll and
So they be hating.
it'd be. Yeah.
All right. If we're all done with our recruiting, I'm going to try and get my beauty
Oh
sleep.
my god.
You better put air quotes on that recruiting.
Fuck.
You're capitalists, like you guys are just gainfully employed. A drifter. You're part of the system now.
The first underling.
Yeah, that's it. You haven't tried. First henchman.
He's an official member now. He doesn't know it yet, but if he survives, he gets a cut.
Death Wish with their armored troll.
And if he dies, we'll give him a funeral. Give him a
I mean-
tombstone, everything.
I can make one. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, solid metal tombstone, but he'll have one.
That's metal as fuck, bro.
Literally.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be what Razul and Luna then doing some scouting.
Yeah. Pretty goddamn sneaky.
I should mathematically be good at it, but I roll poorly every time.
Oh, I
So,
basically.
how long?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. All I was going to say was that we're still a significant distance away from our target. It's 20 miles. If that is 20 miles of forest, then it's a long way.
Mhm.
So morning comes. The troll is still standing guard. The troll says it's now his turn to sleep, and you have to watch guard over him.
Very nice.
Have fun, Flint.
I
Also
got this.
Walking towards the ranch.
Oh, just smoke my pipe. Shit, I don't have one. I guess I'm gonna have to roll my own.
Are you for 8 hours while the guy takes that?
I mean, if it means I don't have to do the actual work here, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
If-
So we leave Flint in the forest with an armored troll.
No,
Did you want to
I
quit?
don't think so.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm good with that.
Why don't?
Yep.
I show him the way to the ranch. You guys know
yeah.
where to find me.
Mm-hmm. Just take an extra day. And then that
alright.
resurrection. Watch out for snakes.
I'm gonna place a hand on Flint's shoulder. Just be careful.
If he
Don't do,
gets mad, climb a tree.
don't do anything stupid.
I'm real good at climbing. All right.
Yep.
Pat you down on the shoulder and then okay, follow Luna.
I'm not sure that'll help. Have you seen the size of the axe it's carrying?
Then you jump to the other tree and throw your
Yeah.
mage fire at it.
I'll have you know that I'm proficient in throwing mage fire.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good luck.
I hope he doesn't need it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I'll roll above a 7 when I need to make my deception check. Am I being alone on this though? Because if Devi could stay here, that would be great.
Gonna hide behind Debbie, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Why don't we handle this a little differently then? Why don't Luna and I make our tracks up ahead, scout ahead on the way to the ranch, leave you here to
I'll
guard,
just like set up a campsite ahead of time, something like that.
Yeah, we'll set up a perimeter watch.
Hmm.
Figure
Splitting
out
the
a plan.
party just totally hasn't gone bad, but yeah, let's do this. Armored troll.
Though I'm loath to leave my daughter in the company of it.
I'll stay with and
Alright.
he needs a babysitter.
I
You won't let your
want
daughter
the
date a troll. You are so racist.
Damn fucking right I won't. Fuck that.
I mean,
But Daddy, I love him.
I think that's really
I mean, come on, he's got a job. Stop judging him.
He brings
He can
home the
speak
bacon
3
every
languages.
night.
That's it. That's right.
well,
You're sure he's got a drinking problem, but who doesn't?
well educated.
That's right. He's well educated. He's a professional. Anyway, so have we decided we're splitting the?
Hmm?
We're splitting the party.
I
believe so.
think so, yeah. Luna and I are gonna scout ahead to try and find like a good spot to set up a sort of like outpost forward base thing from there, with which we can scope the ranches and surrounding area out a bit better.
Excellent, excellent. So the pair of you begin by making stealth rolls, since that's probably going to be your most important. It's all good and well for a spy to find information, but if the spy is seen in the process, then that's compromised. Okay, that's great. And the fact that they are in their 20s.
I have inspiration on that one.
Oh, sure.
No.
I mean, it's still just a wolf, right? And a lone wolf, even if it is spotted, might draw arrows, but it's unlikely to spark an investigation or an inquiry. Imagine the Zentarum launch an inquiry because they found a wolf in the forest.
Such shitty luck.
Why haven't you
I
shot
mean-
this wolf yet? Execute yourself immediately.
It says like if gnomes were in charge of the Zentarum.
I mean, for forest gnomes, wolves are probably a very real threat. I mean, sure, you might be a level 1 wizard, but it just pops out the bushes, grabs you, and runs off.
And now I want to play like a gnome mobster.
It takes meticulous accounts of all the expenditure. Jimmy, you wasted 6 gold pieces on the last mission. What's with that?
Sorry, boss. I was thirsty. Just go to the bar.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, cool. So you leave the forest remarkably soon. You were not far away from the edge already. Another mile, and you've reached it, and you're out into a clearing. And it's kind of unusual to find such a large, broad clearing. In fact, a dell, a full dale, that sits alone and untended and uninhabited. There is a bit of sign of that it was once inhabited, mostly slabs. The walls of buildings have fallen away and there's nothing but the flooring left. But occasionally you do come across a barn or a house or a homestead that has withstood the test of time. Probably home to birds and bears now. Certainly doesn't appear that anyone lives here. And what you are seeing is what's called the Lost Dale. There are 2 Lost Dales. One's down in Desert Mouth Mountains and one is right here. The Lost Dale of Teshdale. All that's left now is Teshwave, which was the capital city of that dale. These are the southern reaches of was once cleared and inhabited land. It was emptied about 50 years ago in the same military operation that caused Dagger Falls to be captured by the Zentarum. Saw the Zentarum empty the population of this area. They didn't necessarily want to conquer it. They just didn't want anyone living there, and so they enslaved or murdered or drove out every last person into Teshdale, the survivors settling in the largest populations that are of Teshdale. So that's what you're walking through now. A graveyard, 50 years old. This place is patrolled. It's patrolled by small groups, often only a single rider, maybe groups of 2 or 3, but riders. The riders are well armed, well equipped. They've got chainmail. No common farmer or rancher or hunter is going to dress up for war when they're merely looking for game. And so these are pretty clearly military scouts in their 1s, 2s, and 3s on swift horses. And the horses go backwards and forwards between the destination that you're heading to. So you've now travelled about 5 miles away from the camp. You've well and truly gone past the forest edge. You're now into the old dells and clearings that were once called Teshdale. Are you going all the way to the ranches?
I think we kind of want to. Want to get close to them, see the ranches at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a good sense for how long it'll take us moving quietly to reach our destination, and then use that to kind of account for when we might try to launch our operation and so on.
Sure. It's about miles, and because we already more or less begin on the forest edge, that's just grassland. It's just a clearing. It's hilly grassland, but it's still just grassland. You could cover 20 miles on foot in a day, or a little less than a day, maybe 6 or 7 hours, and you could do it on horseback in a handful of hours, 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, from your camp to the Cavalier ranches would probably take a day marching, but if you guys are stealthing, then it might mean that you don't arrive until right at the end of the night, right at the end of the day, beginning of the night.
Sounds about right to me.
Yep.
Sounds good.
And then what?
Day's journey.
Yeah, we're gonna make our way back at the turn of the day.
Actually, okay, never mind. It's only if I'm moving alone. I can move stealthily at a normal pace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, alright, we'll press on to the ranches, I think. Yeah, get a good look at the place.
Right. Okay. Alright. So, as mentioned, there's a couple of patrols getting around, people on horses, groups of 1, 2, and 3. You avoid those relatively easy. And you're coming up to the only settlement that you found. There are livestock here by the score. The exact numbers are difficult to tell, but there are dozens, scores of horses and of sheep and of cows, all kept in different paddocks. The best vantage point is a ridge that overlooks the entire farm, the entire ranch, but you don't have to go up onto that elevation point to look down if you want. You could simply approach from any other direction, since it's all just flat hilly country. Are you going to try to reach the good vantage point, or are you just going to look from the perimeters?
I'd look from the perimeters. I wouldn't really worry too much about a vantage point.
See, I think if I can get a good look at the place from the higher ground, I might be able to make a quick sketch on some parchment.
Oh, if you think so, we can do that.
I think it'll take. I think it'll make. I think it'll be worth it. Yeah.
Remember, stay low. Don't skybox yourself.
All right. Yeah, we'll make for that ridge. Well, I will. Yeah, I don't know if Luna will, but yeah, I will.
Yeah, I'll follow. No reason to split up.
There are 3 trails that lead into what used to be a settlement 50 years ago. This was once a small village, bigger than a hamlet, smaller than a town. there's only one building that still stands, and it's in pretty bad repair itself, though it has been reinforced. And there is some modern equipment nearby. Trailers and wagons, indeed chariots, but we'll get to them later. But most of all, fences. They've built a lot of fences. There are several paddocks that, as I mentioned before, each of them having livestock within them. There are also a lot of soldiers. The soldiers appear to be currently drilling. So to summarise the scene, there are a lot of soldiers out drilling where the roads converge. A single building that looks like it's been reinforced. Several paddocks with game and livestock. But as you guys are approaching up towards the ridge, you learn that the Zentarum have guards here at the ridge. There is one soldier wearing armor, and he is talking quite casually, not really doing a great job. He's got his weapon ready, and he's just talking about the weather, about the difference between the weather down here and the weather at the Moonseed. And his companion, however, is a woman who appears to be very professional. She has her bow drawn, whereas he's got a spear. She's got her longbow drawn, and her eyes scan the horizon constantly. They both have horns at their belts.
Does the woman appear to be like a superior? Like, does she have anything on her person that would indicate that?
Yeah. You have knowledge of the Zentarum a bit, so you can make a history check.
History check. 13.
She appears to be a mercenary. He appears to be a Zentarum guard.
Right.
Doesn't look particularly competent. She looks like a foreigner.
So she's
In fact,
a hive
she looks
type.
like a half-elf. She appears to be a half-elf. She might have come from the east, but she might be a local as well. The way she dresses is not like either a Dalelander or a Moonseed dweller. She has a more barbaric, witch-like appearance to her.
Okay.
Does she look more like the scout we found with the other Zentarum?
Ethnically, yes.
Okay.
And am I able to get a rough head count on the drilling soldiers?
Yes, there are.
Like if they're in
about
formation,
20.
I'll count like the column and the row, and then do the multiplication or whatever.
Yeah, there are about 20. Plus, they have their sergeant doing the drilling. Plus, they have a bunch of scouts that, as I mentioned, that the 3 roads come into this place. 3 old Teshwave roads. Each of those roads has a mounted guard with a foot soldier beside them, but basically standing, somewhere along that road.
Okay. So at most, there'd be like, all in all, about 50?
At most, probably not quite that many.
Okay, sure.
But you can't account for however many are in the building, which is quite large.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But
Okay.
50 is a good conservative number because it might be less.
Do you want to try taking these 2 out?
No. I think it would arouse too much suspicion. We should be patient. Good to know that they're guarding that ridge. There are guards fucking everywhere. It's just the lone building they seem to be using, isn't it? It's not like
There only seems to be one building intact. The rest of them, they've long since fallen.
Okay.
You can both make perception checks, but at disadvantage because you can't take advantage of the vantage point since you're not willing to engage these individuals. 15's good, 19's great. In that case, I am going to take you over to the map. That's good enough, and I shall show you what you see. You probably want to zoom out, and you guys are down here, somewhere on the ridge. You don't have to put your characters down. It's a big map. There's no dynamic lighting, is there?
No, I don't think so.
There's not. Cool. So there's a bit of a confusing. Yeah, this is just for the 2 scouts.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to be a bit confusing, but I'll lay it out for you. Here is the archer and the guard, right at the top of the ridge.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Each of these are paddocks. The tokens are just representative. There's more livestock than what tokens are put down.
Sure.
So each of these is a paddock. Each of the green lines is a gate. So this is purple is a fence, green is a gate. Here we can see the guys drilling.
Yep.
That's a dude on a horse. You'll see dudes on horses at different locales. These are chariots, right? It looks like they've manufactured chariots here. So it appears that they are building chariots. More livestock, and of course the building, which you can't see into.
Of course. All right. Are we able to? I guess player to DM. Are we able to accurately make out like the faces of these people? On the, like we can obviously recognize. You've got the two people here that are a bit different to your standard thug or whatever. Are we able to discern that as characters that these are?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
That's right. 19s and 15s. The female appears to be. It's the scene up here is being played out down there again. A disinterested woman watches on at the drilling, while a simp man tries to thinks that he has her attention through his conversation, but it's pretty clear that he bores her.
Luna, these are wanted people.
Are?
Yeah, they have bounties in Shadowdale.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing here? What?
Honest work.
That's the funniest thing that's been said all night.
So small troop drilling, a ridge, a few paddocks. So this ridge is the higher ground, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. This is an elevated ridge,
Yeah.
about 50 feet up.
So this looks like it
So
might make a good place to start.
Yeah. See that the stables or the horses are kind of near the edge of it.
Hmm.
What's farther past that? Is it just open fields?
Just open fields, yeah.
Okay.
The grass is 4, 5, 6 feet high.
Interesting to know that they're not stabled. Might mean we can dispatch the Zentarum here and then see to the horses once everything's a bit more calm.
50 of them?
Or just walk up and take them.
Walking up and taking them is going to be a bit more difficult, especially if they're just.
I don't think so. I think we could sneak up to this fence down here, just break it open and spook the horses.
Now?
I bet we can do it now. I don't think we could get the other set of horses now.
I think you've got a death wish, woman.
I mean, yeah. Oh, but I think I could come down here, speak with the animals, get one of the horses' attention, break them out, and say, "You're free to go. Get away from these people. Go back home."
And what of the guards and their dogs?
Pretty sneaky. I think I can get around them.
I don't think we need to rush, right? We came here to gather information. We've gathered information. We should return at greater strength.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think it'll be easy.
I'm glad you
No
think
need
so.
to fight them. Especially when there's a troll running around this place. Yeah, no need to fight him.
Well, yes, once the troll gets in here and starts doing whatever it is it's going to do, we might be able to use that to our advantage and free the horses. But till then, yeah, I think best we play it safe and return. Because, well, if we don't return, we'll have no information to provide.
Yeah. I think those stables on the far end will be a little bit trickier, but I don't think it'll be that bad.
Alright.
Fuck, we could wait till like midnight tonight to do it.
Are we not returning?
Hmm?
Were we not returning?
No, we're returning. I'm just saying, just come in here at midnight, just take the horses, just walk out.
If we're gonna do this, I mean, if we got a solid plan, like, why wait?
Mhm.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to keep this troll like under any sort of like control.
Yeah.
So best I can do, I think, is you just like it's like a
Cock.
self-guided missile that I try to get it close enough as close as I can alive,
Oh.
and then just let it loose.
Thank you for that pun.
Do I see any obvious mages or clerics?
The real questions. Any
Yeah.
you nerds wearing
Yeah.
robes?
Are there any vipers? Is there anyone decked like the priest we had encountered on the road?
Only what you can see here.
Okay, sure.
You know, there's at least one of them. Like,
Yeah, there's gonna be one inside, I'm sure.
And are either of the two bounties wearing any Zentarum gear? Are they in the purples that you might associate with like high-ranking officials or anything like that?
No. No. They are dressed completely independently of the soldiers.
Okay.
I think we avoid those two as much as possible.
All right.
She has a double-barreled arquebus.
Oh Jesus.
Oh. Okay.
It's resting across, across the saddle in front of her. Side saddle, so it's kind of pointing towards him, kind of. Great gun discipline.
If it accidentally went off,
Yeah,
which
is
it
the
was
safety off?
Fucking earth it is. Occasionally,
I didn't know an
you can-
arquebus.
Yeah, no, there's no safety. No, but you can see it occasionally. She looks down at the gun and with her fingers resting on the trigger, right? And he just keeps talking, blah 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 blah. And yeah, she looks down at the trigger and it crosses her mind, but she goes back to watching the drilling and stuff.
And this is the sergeant, I'm gathering.
This dude here, no, that one.
I want the
Oh,
yeah.
I see. Okay, cool. Great.
Oh yeah, no. So that's probably you're right. That's the sergeant on the horse.
Yeah, the guy on
and
the
there's
horse?
There's a drummer as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't zoom in far enough to see his drum. Hey, drummer boy.
All right.
So they're drilling to drums.
Shall we return to the others then, Luna? Are we satisfied?
Yeah, I think I got a good plan.
You saw the mastiffs as well, right? Like, I originally didn't zoom in far enough, but so it's quite common for. I said a foot soldier. It was not a foot soldier. It's a dog. We've got like people up on up on horses, on horseback, and they have dogs beside them. That appears to be their security. Their perimeter guards are people on horseback, horse archers with dogs.
All right. I would like to take a couple of minutes here to quickly use my cartographer's tools to make like a quick sketch of what we can see.
Yeah.
So like obviously
Yeah.
where the paddocks are, where they're keeping the chariots, and then on that, because it's like a rough sketch, I'll obviously include numbers of soldiers that I can see. Just quick notes and sketching really before giving a nod to Luna.
Okay, I think I can probably do this. What's please, I'll stop mumbling and you guys can talk.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty satisfied now, having taken those notes and the sketch. Yeah.
And you return to the party.
I'll maybe idle in the barn for a night.
You hide where over the night?
In a barn, one of just an abandoned barn.
Yeah.
Find a pathway. But then
Absolutely. You've got to kick out a sun bear, but it offers you no resistance. It just
cute.
doesn't want to be killed. Yeah, it's pretty cute. You kind of feel a little bit bad because now the sun bear's got to go out and sit in the rain all day. He's quite sad, but he waits, and when you leave, he goes back in. So You know, it's all good.
So generous.
Exactly. In the meantime, Flint can roll 5d4.
Alright, let's see here if we can pull something off here. 5d4, huh? 11 again.
First day passes without incident. We will return to Devi. 5d4 Devi, please. Okay, and a D100, thank you.
So if we rolled any fours as
Worked out the secret code, the secret encounter code. There we go.
Oh boy.
Oh, oh, that's nice. So tell me about the camp that you guys made. You're going to be here for like 2 days, maybe longer. What's the camp look like?
It's like, this is still the elf tree, right?
Is it? Is that where we stayed at the
With the troll encounter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we've got an elevated spot with that, yeah. And,
Okay, that's
I guess
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. Those of you who stayed behind, does anyone have nature?
Nope.
No. Does
No.
anyone have arcana?
I do.
All right, make an arcana check.
Oh god.
You
Do I
get an
have to?
advantage. It's yeah. You'll if you pass, you'll find out why. Yeah, great. Okay.
Thank you for the
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah, it was very useful. Debbie, the reason why you received the advantage is because of the natural resources around you. I'd mentioned earlier how much how there's fruit and grapes and lots of food for you to dine from, and that was the obvious gift that the garden had left behind. But after being here for a day or two, you come to realize that the most valuable resource is not the bough of the tree, but the tree itself. These are darkwood trees. Darkwood is a very rare material.
Oh god.
Yeah, a very rare material that is used in the manufacture of magical items, also more conventional items. I talked about how you can't, well, I said bone, but you can literally make armor out of dark wood. It's not a great idea, but it can be done. And that's why you get the advantage, because dark wood is an armoring tool. There is 1,001 better uses for it, but essentially you found some of the hardest wood in Toril, and there's an entire grove of it growing right here.
I will make a note. I'll pull Flint aside and ask him if he can make a map back to here and let him know kind of what this is.
Oh, very nice.
The Pegasus
Fine.
bows are made of dark wood. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh. Honestly, like getting like a dexterity longsword made out of this would be cool as shit.
Place gets its own little token. Razul, here is your sketch.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. That's rad.
Gives us
Alright,
something
so
to
you
plan
can-
with this week.
Yeah, you can explain, to the party what you saw.
Great. And just to clarify, that is a well that we're looking at the front of that building?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have a look at them again myself. close it, I guess. Tool sketch. A well. Yep, that's a well.
Okay, cool. All right.
There are creeks nearby as well.
Mm.
Within 3 or 4, 500 feet, there are little creeks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah. Assuming we're able to return to the party, all well and good, I will. Yeah. Bust out the information. There's So there's the reinforced building, obviously at the north part of the sketch here. You've got 2 paddocks to the left, just north of that smaller building, and then again to its left again. The soldiers are drilling around that T junction, and just between those trees are all the chariots they're manufacturing along this ridge. Is obviously a couple more paddocks. The bottom right corner is where we had approached from. That ridge overlooks the whole ranch. Good little outlook for us. And yeah, we noticed there are two wanted people here. There's that Carolee Dyson, that red-headed rancher, and then the Darren Rockwell fellow, the ugly motherfucker, missing the eye and with the upper lip scarred and so on. Yeah, he's a murderer. And a lot of soldiers. Yeah, we were able to glean a fair bit, which is good. There are a lot of mastiffs around the place, dogs. So I'm not sure sneaking around is going to be easy. Though Luna thinks that we might be able to bust out the bottommost paddock of horses quite easily. And then, yeah, following the ensuing chaos that our troll friend might be able to provide, it might be a simple case of, yeah. So reap the opportunity from the chaos that is sown, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's essentially my idea here. We're probably gonna have to go guns blazing here. How many people are we talking about dealing with here?
Outside, we had seen maybe 20 soldiers drilling, a handful of scouts on horseback with dogs, and then maybe another handful posted around the encampment. I would say 40 to 50. Though we are unaware of who or what is in that building. Obviously, we didn't get inside, and no one came or went while we were there.
I think we essentially do this. We've set the troll at it and like watch from cover and observe what happens, and just kind of play it from there. If nothing else, that troll is kind of like it is a bit of an alert, yes. But
we had also we'd managed to sneak past a few outriders making their way through the old abandoned dale as well. They run patrols through the old abandoned place. So we will need to make our way through or past them, and with a troll and with Devi's heavy mail, I'm not sure it'll be easy. Might be a case of trying to take them out, but if we fail, we alert them to our presence.
Yeah, speaking of, I think I have a use for that poison here. Like, remember how I have it in water skins? Like, essentially take like a couple arrows per water skin and you just stick them in there. Just hold them like that for a couple hours. So those of us using longbows or ranged weapons, just take a water skin and you'll have bam poisoned ammo.
I have an idea about sneaking up.
What's that?
I have this ability that...
Enhanced ability?
No. The problem is my armor and the troll's armor are loud, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell that in a certain area, nothing makes any noise.
Wow. All right.
So you will what
So-
magically not make any sound?
That is correct.
Sure, you want to burn a second level spell on that yet?
I mean, if it's to help us have the element of surprise, it may be worth it.
Fair.
And what, this spell will follow you?
Cast
I
it on the
believe so.
troll.
Curious. Okay. Well, I mean, sure. If it
I mean,
works,
it's only it lasts 10 minutes.
Like,
oh,
if nothing else, I think we just let the troll do its
Never mind,
thing.
it's on a point, not an object. Never mind, that's not gonna work.
a good thought nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, to get too meta here, but Luna, do you have Pass Without a Trace? Oh, she's still there.
Oh, I've been muted for a while. No, that's too practical of a spell.
Nah, dude, I get you. It's like it's good, but sometimes, especially as a ranger, I felt like I was obligated to take certain spells.
Might have another spell, so let me double check. Might have forgot to put one in.
Regardless,
Oh,
I think I think we essentially just point the troll in the direction and we follow it. Is roughly what we do. Let it do its thing, and we try to keep it alive until it can hit the Cavalier ranches. And if nothing else, then we just get a good count on like how many people are actually there, what their combat strength capability, or we press our advantage and just like try to kill like 30 veterans or something. I don't know.
It may
40
work.
veterans, 60.
It may work to our advantage as well if the troll is able to draw the scout outriders back to the stable. It would make our approach a bit easier.
Uh-huh.
But this is all.
That's another thing.
It's all very speculative, you know. Whether or not it works is another matter entirely.
Yeah.
And do we just want to say scout or send the troll off in the direction that we just kind of sneak around it?
Yep.
Say you
Well, I
go
think
that way.
we just kind of follow it a little bit more
Send
or
the-
less.
Well, yeah, there's the road to the left of this ridge, right? We try and get the troll on that road, and then follow it parallel up this ridge, and then watch from there. There's a good overwatch up on that ridge,
Mhm.
and then if need be, we grapple hook, rappel down, and we're left and right of two paddocks, and we go from there.
Yeah.
So what's the main goal? Is it to free the horses or kill the Zents?
I think. Well, we're trying to get out with the horses,
Yeah.
but I think the more damage we can do, the better.
Okay.
I think priority number one is to get these horses out, because they have these chariots made and they're making more of them, right? They will likely.
Yeah.
It means they're likely planning an overland assault somewhere, likely close by.
Mm.
Yeah, it would do us well to store that for as long as possible. Completely dismantle it if we can. Perhaps even a second priority might be to destroy the chariot, set them ablaze, if we have any alchemist fire.
I do have some alchemist fire. I also have some oil flasks and shit.
I mean, I have magical fire too, so
The points of this operation were to get here, to free the horses for the half-horse lady we spoke to some weeks ago, and to put a dent in this entire operation, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then, like true Bedine raiders, we will do just that.
Get in, get out.
like beating what?
Bedine raiders.
We're getting real Lawrence of Arabia with this.
I mean, that's fair.
Oh man, do I wish I had one more level to do this mission?
Right.
But nonetheless, we press on.
All right.
Time to make this troll earn its coin.
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you what, if it survives,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give it 100.
What a nice guy. Generous master.
Dahlia.
Dahlia, 5d4, please.
Nope. D100 time. Now we gotta find out what from Arctic what it is.
15.
15 minutes left from session, too.
Alright. Okay. So, as it turns out, you don't follow the exact same path that you travelled on the way here and the way back. Trails are curious things, and you're not following any particular road, or maybe you are following ancient road. In any case, it might only be a quarter mile or a half mile off the previous track, but this road that you lead goes past a small but active farm. Out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by hilly grassland. The whole place is more or less cleared, although there are copses of trees that grow here and there. Among this wild frontier country is a lone farm. It doesn't look like there's more than a family that lives there. Fewer than 10, and maybe even just a single person. Only a fairly small farm. Highly productive. A single building, barely big enough for a family of 5, surrounded by fields of remarkable fertility. Pumpkins and cabbages, carrots and corn. It's all growing here, and it's growing with production that you wouldn't, that is rarely seen. Does it interest anyone at all?
Maybe on the way back, but
I think
given our current company, I'm assuming they just eat the farmer Joe and his beautiful daughter.
Yeah,
That's fair.
the knot in my stomach tells me not to worry about
You leave them in the... Yeah.
We're traveling with a troll right now. We're not gonna do any friendly say hellos.
Well, you leave this lone farm behind, and Debbie, Luna, and who else has a passive perception of 16?
it. Rizal.
I
Debbie,
don't
Luna,
have a
and-
16.
Oh, you don't have 16, right?
I have 13. I don't have perception as a skill.
Oh, so it's just Luna and Rizal.
I got it too, but that's a lot of us. We're good.
Flint. Okay, cool. So the 3 of you guys, looking back over your shoulder, you'll see a hermit farmer come out, and he starts like sprinkling seeds along the ground or something, and then bam, a monster pops up out of the soil. Bam, this huge, like a giant cross between a grasshopper and a caterpillar and a praying mantis. This huge ankheg bursts out of the soil, and he gives it a little bit of meat, feeds it, and it chirps, and then he tells it what to do, where to go, and it starts burrowing through the ground. He's an ankheg farmer. Anyway, you leave the ankheg farm behind and make your way towards the edge of the Cavalier Ranch. Everybody make a stealth roll as we try to avoid these outriding scouts. Brilliant. Like, literally, brilliant. Less than brilliant. Reasonably brilliant.
I'm gonna burn me inspo here. Come on.
I burn mine too.
Need a new pair of shoes.
I will take the 19.
Oh, no way. It's a 19, a 19.
The troll is a fucking professional.
What?
He is Special Forces troll. He let everyone get down. We need to crawl through here. I
No,
found the
he does
treasure.
the whole like fist in the air hand
I love
signals, like
Takes the
That's
wipes
awesome.
the 3 stripes down his face.
That's one of the best
Exactly.
group stealth rolls I think I've ever seen.
The one thing that he does wrong is he pulls out like a red headband. He can't resist. He has to tie his red
Fucking
headband
Rambo.
before he goes into battle.
Fucking
Can we give him a
Rambo
minigun too?
motherfucker.
If he lives, we're keeping him.
Oh man, I wish we had time to establish an auto-firing crossbow on his shoulder, or just mount a
Wow.
ballista on him, and I could just fire the ballista.
So apart
Can I
from Nyx,
speak
we're
to-
all pretty.
Yeah, everyone's pretty stealthy except for the fucking wolf.
All right,
Here
that's fantastic.
here comes the inquiry. Boys, we fucked it.
It is launched.
The same wolf was spotted twice.
It's like, hang on. Do you have the results of the first inquiry ready? Here they are, sir.
Oh man.
Alright, so if you guys zoom out, as you probably are already aware, it's the bottom right here is where the the bottom right is where is the elevated territory. So this gives you a bit of a layout of what it looks like.
Oh boy.
I just want to plot myself in the middle of all of those guards.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Nah. Hey, it worked out last time. Oh, by the way, how much HP does Dahlia give us? I forget.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
It is 9, I think. Yeah,
That's-
9.
6 creatures you give it to?
Yeah, so I guess Nyx can have 9 extra
Or
temp
do you give it
HP
to
as
the
well.
troll?
Huh.
No.
Trials every round
Tempting.
anyway.
Tempting.
Yeah.
Boy. Damn, that's a really good feat, honestly. It's one
It
of-
really
like,
is.
It's a really good variant human one. Like I think that's up there for real.
Yeah, for early game, it's really powerful.
Mm. Same with heavy armor master
Mhm.
and mobile, dude. Mobile at level 1 will turn just a level 1 fighter into something so much more useful.
Yo. Don't worry, if this troll dies, we'll get you another troll.
Oh, he's such a badass though.
Like the dude made his stealth check.
roll, man.
Jesus.
Got his red bandana, dude. He's gonna get all the skulls, dude, and he's gonna be the best Centaurum ever.
We're now the unofficial Zentarum. We're the other Zentarum.
We're
Like,
gonna
I'm
need a
not sure what.
pail of bottomless ale.
Yeah,
Or
like
cake.
I'm not sure what the CR is on this armored troll, but like, just a regular troll is not. It's a pretty hardy like combat thing. Like, especially if you're not throwing fire or magic at it. That
Oh, and
regen
he's
mode.
armored. AC is a lot higher, which makes him a lot tougher.
I've never heard of an armored troll before.
Really?
Yeah.
You never played Skyrim?
Well, in D&D.
I think I ran into a module once with that.
I know they're in Mordenkainen's. I couldn't tell you what the CR is, honestly, and I'm fine with that. But I know that they're a little better than regular trolls. Couldn't tell you how much better.
My book is like 3 feet away from me. I don't know if I want to reach all the way over there.
Mhm.
I have more
Yeah, I don't-
guidance.
I don't want to have the meta knowledge. It's like I could open the book and just look at it, but I'd rather I'd rather
Let's
see it in action and preserve the mystery.
So we should spend the last couple of minutes plotting our assault so that we're ready to launch next week.
Yeah, we'll probably work out some things over the week too.
Yeah,
There's sheep and cows over here too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's like,
Which we're
No.
not super worried about.
yeah.
Those.
Yeah,
Mostly the
let's see what horses we can get.
They have a
Basically,
lot of
what
dogs.
I think we do is we come up here and just gank those two. Take them out before she can blow her horn.
That might
I
be a
think-
good use for silence.
Do we have any more scorpion venom?
No,
drow poison.
honestly, I used it when we faced off against the caravan because that was,
Yeah,
Like
I
10
used mine
thugs.
as well.
yeah, that was.
And I had sold
That's
some more.
bullshit.
That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But one thing I think I will do. Luna can take one as well, but just one of the water skins and just store arrows in it. So you've got like 5 arrows or something with that D12 contact poison.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I got a couple more of those, so just in case I can try and throw it down their well.
Mhm.
Remember to open it.
Yeah, if we can, I'd like to burn the chariots, but that seems extremely risky.
That's like tertiary.
Yeah, exactly. That's like
Yeah.
secondary to the goal here.
I mean, if we had a fireball or something, but alas.
Yeah, a fireball just centered like right here. But just nick them.
Oh man, dude. Where's fucking Dallowayne? Piece of shit. I'm just kidding, I don't mean that.
I'll let them know you said that.
We need somebody who can just like blow something up, and goddamn it, if he wasn't gonna nuke, I was hoping he was just gonna nuke. Like anytime someone plays a chaos sorcerer, I'm living for that time where they just fireball themselves and nuke their party.
You're the Elmo meme where the fire's in the background.
Like that's one of my all-time D&D dreams is to have a level 1 party killed by that.
I honestly
You
think
should play Descent because you get to do that at level 2.
Oh,
Anyway,
why.
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we send the troll. I think we send the troll up the road, right? And it's gonna draw like a lot of attention, obviously, like fuckloads, hopefully.
Yep.
With that, we could put a couple of us providing like overfire, like down at the sergeants and soldiers, while a couple of us get down this ridge to crack open this fence. The alternative is you go down this far side, right? While all
I'm
the
thinking more like up there.
zoom right out so I can actually have a look at what I'm doing here. Yeah, so trolls coming up, right? We provide some like, if we want to, we can provide some fire to help it out, give it some cover maybe. And then we get a couple of people coming down, either down here or down here, to pop this fence open, or to pop the gate open and try and like somehow get the horses out. If it's you, Luna, you can obviously talk to them. That's fine.
That's the plan.
It's this other side that might be a bit troublesome. And you know what? I feel like a lot of it actually depends on how successful this troll is. Like, if it ends up fucking decimating like half of these troops, we might be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Might be.
If it dies before it gets into combat with any of them.
Yep.
We're less okay.
Yeah. What do you think then? Do we want to throw our hat in the like just have Luna steal all the horses and fully support the troll? And
guys
then
wanna do
just
that?
like then just hopefully Luna can swing around with at least 4 horses, preferably more, and we just make our escape cowboy style? Or do we want to just kind of like all go for the horses and just try to be quick about grabbing the horses?
Well, I can handle this patch over here if you guys want to try bomb rush this group over here with the troll.
I don't think we're gonna kill everything in here though, honestly.
No,
like especially with only a 5-player party. Like if we had a full 8
It's
players, I would think that might be doable.
killing everything. Yeah, it's not the goal. The other option is, I mean, there's no reason why we can't circle around, take an extended trip like around the actual ranch, like off the map, out to the east, and start from this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can continue to be that sneaky though.
Yeah. And we're here now is the thing. Yeah.
I mean,
Like, you
pretty
like
new.
small groups of us might be able to do that. Because like one thought I did have was to potentially not do anything at all and just use the distraction to try to get in and just poison the wells using the 40 doses of poison that we have.
Yeah, that's
and
still
then we
very...
try to press it the next day. That's another idea.
The horses watered from that well. I'm not seeing any other natural sources of water though.
I think it had
I'm
been
sure they've got a
clarified.
stream nearby, but this is likely where the men drink from.
Yeah, I think it had been clarified either the last week or the week before that the it's like, yeah, basically what Flint's just said. They're likely the well is likely for the men, and then they'll let the horses and shit graze and drink from like natural and flowing water sources around here. There aren't any like troughs or anything in these paddocks, are there, Arctic?
So
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll generally take them out to graze, though. That's what they'll do. Got them cowboys for it. That's what the scouts will do mornings and nights. Bring them back to different spots. Or they're just free ranging.
Well, destroy the place.
Do we want to try and take in either of these bounties while we're here?
How much gold is the bounty, though?
Off the top, if I remember correctly, it's not much for Darren, and it could be a bit more for the chick. I'll check now.
He doesn't have one listed. He's 50 dead, 100 alive.
What's the proof that we need to bring back?
Head, probably. Body.
His other eye.
His other eye.
Huh. Does it say?
Yeah, he's 50 dead, 100 alive, and there's no monetary value with her. Yeah.
Huh.
I think thinking on that, yeah.
Tertiary
yeah.
objective. If we end up going full Red Dead Redemption, I will attempt to lasso her off a pursuing horse.
As you do.
As one does, yes. Yeah, I think. Oh man, this is gonna be a painful week planning this out.
I know. Oh well.
Honestly,
It'll be
I'm
fun.
really glad we have this troll.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome random encounter.
Pretty fortunate.
Good. Good.
I mean, that might have been as simple as a random troll wants a job.
And elf flesh and booze.
And elf flesh, yeah.
Or troll encounter, and he turned it around because we needed help.
We spoke the same language. We're both trolls.
I'm not arguing that one.
I guess I should probably take off.
So yeah, this will be a fun
Yes,
one.
Shadow.
That's out. Oh,
See
man.
you in a week's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye bye.
See you, man.
Later, Gator. Yeah, I might be posting.